Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two in the Cooler. Thank you guys for listening. If you're new to the show, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Two in the Cooler so you can check out all the clips and stuff that we're posting, as well as vote in our Who Would Win of the Week polls that we do every week. You got to be sure to vote in those because we need to decide who the fuck would win. And we want to hear what you guys have to say. And also be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, especially now that we got this new studio. You definitely want to take a look at that. So don't forget, thank you guys very much for all that. Let's get into it. This episode of Two in the Cooler comes to you in affiliation with Instacart. I have said it so many times, and I was literally just talking to Matthew about this the other day. I fucking hate the grocery store. I can't stand going to the grocery store. People driving carts are insane, and they won't look you in the eye. I don't understand it, and I don't want to deal with it. I don't like going through all the aisles. I don't know where to find it. And then I got some guy in a cart with this freaking kid sitting in that little tiny seat there riding my heels, fucking slamming into my boots with the bottom of his cart. Forget it. Avoid all of that. Avoid everything. That's why they made Instacart. Because with Instacart, you can get some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your door in as little as 1 hour. And the best part is, right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first episode of $35 or more. Just hit the link in the show notes there and get that deal. This episode of Two in the Cooler also comes to you in affiliation. It comes to you from this just in Two in the Cooler. That's right, folks. Merch is finally here. And first of all, thank you so much to everybody who has bought merch so far in this first week that we've done it. It's been unreal. It's been so cool seeing everybody buy this stuff. But we've got a lot of great stuff on there. We've got logo stuff. We've got hashtag pizza tipping things. We got Matt Can't Read t-shirts, sweatshirts, everything super high quality. It took us so long to put merch out because we wanted to make sure that we got you guys quality material, something nice. I can't stand buying, stuff from different shows or whatever, and you get it in and it's cheap and you wear it like one time and then it's like, I can't wear this anymore. It feels crappy. I don't feel good in it. These are clothes, our merchandise. When you put it on, you're going to feel good, and you're going to look good. So just go to teespring.com/stores/2inthecooler, or hit the link in the bio of all of our social media. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link to it there in the video description. Be sure to do that. Get yourself something classy, and thank you guys for supporting the show. And I think you're going to want to support this episode because this episode is unreal. The two funniest people in the city of Buffalo, possibly the world, probably the universe. We've got them on the podcast today. It is, you know what, I'm just going to let it speak for itself, folks. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for following, subscribing, purchasing some merch. We really appreciate you guys. Enjoy the episode. There it is. We're good. We're live.
Let's do it.
Yep, here we go. Guys, you finally made it on the podcast. 3 weeks into having the studio. You guys, I wanted you guys to be the first ones that came, but it didn't work out. We had two great guests anyways, but finally, you guys are here. Jake, you were the first guest we ever had on the podcast.
I'm happy to be back.
And Ben, you're finally back, or you're finally here. And, oh man, I'm just so excited.
Hey, we made it.
We made it.
Mama, we made it.
And we got a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of milk and vodka and load management talk and all that good stuff. Also,
the big three.
I don't know if I'm overstepping my boundaries right here, but for those who are listening back at home, I don't know if you guys saw via social media, we did release some big news this past week, and that is our merch line. So definitely go check that out.
You're going to do an ad right now?
Yeah.
Right at the beginning of the show?
100% I'm pumping ads at the beginning of the show. The merch is unreal. You can get the Two in the Cooler logo on shit.
Look at that.
Yeah, you got the mug right there.
Yeah. You guys, brand ambassadors.
Yep, brand ambassadors.
Ben and Jake.
All sorts of hoodies, long sleeves, short sleeves, crew necks, tank tops, whatever you need. A couple different options on there. So definitely check that stuff out. And let's get her going, no?
Yeah, we're
going. We're live.
That's what's going on. All right, Jake. You were saying you had like a wild day today.
So, my first thing I did today was wake up a little early, go to the doctor's, kicked out of the doctor's office, didn't have insurance on me, got kicked out, and then I went to the dentist immediately after. Almost got kicked out of there, too, for no insurance again. But they let me through, and I'm on antibiotic now.
So I got a question right off the bat before we even continue. The ride from the doctors to the dentist, was there a lot of anxiety pumping through the veins? Like, fuck, I hope I don't get kicked out again without my insurance? Or were you just
I was just like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. If I get a root canal today, I get a root canal today.
Do you need a root canal?
I do.
Is that where the antibiotic comes in?
It is.
Okay.
They wouldn't do it until I was on antibiotic.
And maybe had some insurance.
I do have insurance. That was the crazy part. I just forgot my card both times.
Well, it is the new year, so yeah, they're checking people's insurance cards. They do that.
It's funny you mentioned insurance because I was just thinking today about how I had Ben's health insurance card for at least like a month and a half.
You should
I
have
held
kept
on to it for like 6 weeks. I wish I had. That's
My neighbor actually has Ben's birth certificate still. He keeps asking me if you need it for
Yeah, it's been too long. My wallet feels light.
Here, I got the card on me right now.
So I want to step back. Or do you have more? Let's finish the day. Let's finish your day.
And then I played a little COD with Ben. And then
Warzone?
No, we were playing Cold War. He doesn't have
okay.
Warzone downloaded because
he
lives in ancient times over here. And we did not have some great games, and then he went to bed.
Yeah, we struggled.
In the middle of the day.
That's fine. Bed in the middle of the day is acceptable here.
But I went to Popeyes before I went to bed.
There you go.
And he believes Popeyes is leaps and bounds ahead of Chick-fil-A, chicken sandwich-wise.
Ooh, I don't know about chicken sandwich wise.
I've never had the
probably
Popeyes chicken sandwich, but I love the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. I would never even.
You're missing out on the
To all the
Popeyes
listeners
chicken
here, Popeyes chicken sandwich, it fucks. Certified fucks.
Okay, so it fucks.
I didn't try. It just got so hyped up that I didn't want to try and get one because they weren't available for so long. Too many people were getting them.
Dude, people were getting robbed over that chicken sandwich. It is the best chicken sandwich in America, Latin and South.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But I think about that
Not
all the
North,
time.
though?
No,
Okay. What's the best chicken sandwich in North?
maybe Church's.
Okay, that's an interesting take, too.
I'm a huge fan of the Popeyes service over at Chick-fil-A because you roll up and they're like, "What do you want?" And I love it.
Oh, man. Not enough places are like that. Too many places these days try and make you feel at home and stuff. But that's not really what you want.
No,
You want people that know what they're doing but hate their jobs, get you in and get you out.
I disagree.
I want people to be like, you know what? I work at fast food. I fucking hate it, and it's not my pleasure. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. If I'm suffering working in the service industry, you have to suffer.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
While you order, at least. I mean, I suppose that I have no issue with people working in that industry being rather miserable, but when it comes down to, would you rather them be overly happy or overly miserable? I would say overly happy because then at least they're not going to fuck up my food.
I don't know. You never worked in food, did you?
No. I
worked-
never
I
will.
worked a lot
I never
of
will
jobs
work
in
in food.
I
know.
worked at Tim Hortons for a great 3 months.
Yeah.
And whenever I fucked up an order, I would just be. It wasn't on purpose because I was miserable and hated it there. It was like, shit, whatever. They can have whatever they want.
Yeah, but if you're getting
If they come back and bitch, they come back and bitch.
I guess that's the way it goes. But I don't know. Tim Hortons, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You know what I mean?
I love Tim Hortons.
Yeah, but I like the food there enough, but I feel like if I go there and order food, and if they were to get it wrong, I'd be like, that's on me. That's
because you went to Tim Hortons.
Because I went.
Yeah,
to
they
Tim
do.
Hortons.
I mean, I don't eat I shouldn't say I don't because I have, especially because there's one at Canisius. I would eat their turkey sandwiches or whatever, but mostly I'm a breakfast guy when it comes to Tim Hortons, and they do often. Yep, quick plug. They do often fuck up even something little. I'll be like, hey, can I just get Chipotle sauce on that? And that's all you have to do, and they'll put it. I'll see it on the computer add Chipotle sauce, and it'll still come with no Chipotle sauce. So what are you gonna do? But I wanted to. Can I get away from food?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's move far away.
So
from
I wanted to bring up the first time that I met the two of you.
All right.
Okay.
I don't
It's
know.
I don't
always an
remember
amazing
it.
story.
I don't know if
Nope,
you guys
me
remember
neither.
it. I
No
believe.
recollection.
Well, and
don't
I
remember
actually I
yesterday.
think this is the first time. If it's not, then it's all of our fault because you guys don't remember either. But I believe it was actually at Andrew's going away party.
The
Andrew Canada's Margaritaville party
I
before
forgot
he
about
moved to
that.
Baltimore, and he had told me you guys were coming, and actually. Not that I don't think anybody really remembers a whole bunch from that day, but the one thing that I will forever remember is that, and I have to assume that it was you, left just one shoe behind, one Nike shoe.
Yeah, that was you.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was
for
like a
sure.
size 12 shoe. You got, yeah,
I got big feet.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know what that means?
No, it's the opposite.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
the
Trust me, I saw it today. He's going to shop.
Yeah, left, and the shoe is still in our parents' garage. I've had my dad ask me probably over 1,000 times, "What are you doing with this shoe?" I'm like, "It's not my shoe."
You got to keep it forever now.
Yeah, no, it's still there.
It's a
Frame-
good.
It's
a
a
good
nice
memory.
shoe too. I almost wish that I did have the other shoe,
Frame it, hang it up in the
so
studio.
that maybe I could. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I'd love to. We'll get you to sign a pair.
Do you have
We'll
any
toss it up
idea
there.
what shoe like it was?
No clue.
It's
I don't
it's a
remember-
Nike. It's like a Roche or whatever. It's just like a gray with a white sole,
Those
white
yours?
Nike.
No.
No, I'm almost positive it's yours.
No,
John,
I
John
gave you the
ruined
pair of
those before
Roches.
I went there.
I traded you the pair of Roches if you dropped me off to get cigs one time.
Yeah.
So they were your Roches.
Fair.
And
trade.
John ruined the Roches, so I haven't worn them.
Well, either way, there's one of I don't know whose it is, I guess, but my outstanding theory after I've heard about the birth certificate and the insurance card is that it was probably yours, and you're in no
Probably mine.
rush to pick it up.
If you run into Ben, he'll basically give you
Anything
whatever.
he has on his
You can
person.
get his kidney
I really
right off
like
the
I really
street,
like that
probably.
hoodie. Yeah, that
Thank you. Baby Yoda.
I want it.
Take it.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a shirt
And
underneath.
then,
You can have it.
Other than that, I think like my first introduction to knowing you guys as people comes from like Chuck E. Cheese stories, right?
the best stories.
He got in trouble at Chuck E. Cheese for Simboing a kid. He lifted a
Yeah.
kid above his head.
I think we've actually briefly mentioned this on the podcast before because it's a story that fascinates me. But now that you're here, I want to hear, you know, I say we jump right into some good Chuck E. Cheese content. Not very many people have the privilege of working at that establishment, let alone putting on the Chuck E. Cheese costume.
Yeah, he was a big Chuck E. Cheese. He was a tall ass.
Talk
Chuck
right
E.
into the
Cheese.
mic, Jake.
A
Or
tall
you can
ass
move
Chuck
it
E.
with you.
Cheese.
if
I was
you
a
need
good
to,
Chucky though.
He was a kitchen cook, and he would fuck up the pizzas so bad. Like they would be cut so terribly that he would bring it out to people and be like, "There's somebody new in the kitchen. I'm sorry, that's so bad." But it was him every time.
Remember the one time I was the Chucky, and it was after Simboing the kid. I went in the back, and a little girl followed me in the back as I was taking off the Chucky outfit, and
This
she
is
just
not
started
good.
screaming, "Chucky is dead!" And I just started chasing her out with the Chucky mask in my hand.
And that was probably pretty close to the end of your stint at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, that was just the beginning.
Oh, so yeah, okay.
It's about a weekend.
Yeah, it's tough to get fired from that establishment.
But he was fired. Don't get confused. He did end up getting fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think this is something we've also referenced on Chuck E. Cheese or on the podcast. But Chuck E. Cheese, like, was there a lot? Did you see a lot of like stepdads in Chuck E. Cheese? Like,
Oh
was
yeah.
yeah.
A lot of parents like to manhandle their kids there, and I would not get in the way.
Chuck E. Cheese is like child abuse shit.
Yeah, it's actually like a well, considered a safe zone, even though it's not safe. It's like one of the only places in the country where child abuse is completely legal.
It's like think Lasertron, but like you can hit your kids.
And you could run.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Run
Lasertron, but there are no rules.
Did they have a dancing Chuck, like a mechanical Chucky there that like did the song and
Oh, yeah.
dance?
Oh yeah.
It was
so-
terrifying.
It was spooky.
I don't think I've actually ever even really. Did we ever? I don't know if I've ever been in a Chuck E. Cheese.
I went to Chuck E. Cheese.
It's too late now.
No, I don't want
We're
to
all
ever go to Chuck E.
bankrupt.
Yeah, they're bankrupt.
I don't
was
want
that?
to ever
Oh,
be in
okay.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I think ours is still open, though.
Yeah.
But every once in a while.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's on the pizzas as Pasquale's Pizzas for a while.
On DoorDash. Just so people wouldn't think it was Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Is that legal?
No, definitely not. That's why they're bankrupt.
Do that. You could do that for sure.
Just rename like the pizza place inside of Chuck
After
E.
a
Cheese,
character.
Pasquale's Pizza.
God damn it, that's amazing.
Every time I think Chuck E. Cheese too, another thing I think of is that scene from Role Models when the little black kid's like, "We are the ass butt." You know what I'm talking about? When he's standing on the chair and they're at Chipmunk Charlie's. It's like the movie version of Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Okay. Sorry.
No, not at all.
So, without dropping his name, let's hear his best stories from experiencing my roommate at Fredonia.
Oh, yeah, we can't say his name. We probably will talk a lot about Fredonia.
Yeah.
Because, man,
We had some times up there.
some of my best memories from that place are when the weekends when Ben would come up, and then when you, left, and then when you would come back up or whatever.
Oh, we had
Those
some
were
times
awesome.
there.
Yeah, we had Holton.
Holton. Oh, my God. R.I.P. Holton. I don't think I'll have to bleep his name. 'cause I know
No.
He's probably dead.
He's
but-
not real.
He's long gone.
I think we all made up Holton that weekend.
He's not even a real person.
Just a voice in all of our heads.
That would make so much sense.
Yeah.
Ben, you want to talk about Holton?
Yeah, we talked about Holton real quick.
No, you were the bystander for the Holton situation.
Yeah, well, I was so high
Me
that
as well.
I just had to Ben is like the Statue of Liberty. So if you're too high or too drunk and you kind of lose a group, you just kind of wade to Ben. And so we went to this house party, and
It was a weird house. It looked like a Craigslist house.
it was
looked
very
terrifying.
strange. It was
Was it like was it like on White Street? Was it right in prime
It
area?
was it was like a towny looking
Oh,
house.
that's definitely dangerous.
I
The
feel
guy-
like it was on White Street, though, actually. Now
Really?
that you say that, I feel like I said, not a lot of things. Holden is basically the only thing I remember about that night. But, so, there were like all these rooms that kind of like snaked around. It was really weird. So then Ben and I like drifted into this.
kitchen. You guys were in the kitchen.
It was in the kitchen? Okay,
Yeah, I was
then
with
maybe you
Justin
should tell
or
this
B.
story because I don't remember being in the kitchen.
I the only thing I remember is I was in like one of the rooms with either Justin or B,
Yeah.
and we were talking, and then I turned around and I saw you standing next to Ben, and Ben was standing next to the jungle juice, just basically funneling it, drinking it very heavily, and this guy who looked like Nico from Grand Theft Auto 4 was standing next to Ben, and I had no idea what you guys were talking about.
Well, he was
And-
hitting on me first.
Yeah, and then what happened? What did he tell you?
Oh, well, you go ahead. But yeah, he was. I don't know how it started.
Well, we're
But
we're having a normal conversation. I was just at the Jungle Juice. Me and Andrew might have been talking about some things. I don't really remember a whole lot from the night.
As
That's
most
how
nights in
all. That's how
Fredonia.
all these stories are gonna go.
But I just remember out of the blue, Holton just pulled up from the logo, and he looked at me and Andrew dead in the eyes at the same time and just went, "I'm bisexual."
Yes, that's it. Well, that's the only way to tell people. Really, that's
What-
the best way to come
What
out.
did he
Is
tell
just
you
say
about
it.
Craigslist? About like a guy he met on there?
Yeah,
right?
he met a serial killer on Craigslist.
And they fucked, right?
Yeah, he was hooking up with the serial killer on Craigslist.
That was so. He said that to you while we were standing there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I must have been out of my mind because I didn't hear any of that. But I remember you telling me afterwards that like
Yeah.
you're like, "Hey, you remember Holden?" And I was like, "Yeah, that guy, fucked a serial killer or something." Oh, you don't say.
And then he gave me his number. I still have it to this day.
What's he doing?
I'm gonna text
He
him right
Text
now.
him right now. Yeah, absolutely.
He texted.
Tell him you
Ben-
got an insurance card for him if he needs
I'll let
it.
him know. I got the routing number and everything in here. I'm gonna give it
perfect.
away.
He texted Ben like the next morning or later in that night to have sex, and he was like, "I'm sorry if I came on too strong."
Yeah, I remember that. Well, he texted you for a couple
I'm not
days
gonna
after
show
that,
it
I
to the
think.
screen, but he's still there.
Do you still have his text?
No, I got
10
10 new
you got a
phones from
phone?
there. There we go.
I got 10 new phones since then.
Hey man, how you been? Having sex with any serial killers lately?
I want to catch up. Grab a coffee.
Yeah. Just don't bring
Come
any
over, I
serial
have an
killers.
apartment.
Yeah.
I don't know if that guy drinks coffee.
Let's meet in a public location.
This guy had a hairline that would rival Stephen A. Smith.
So does Andrew.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
That's why you wear a hat. That's what it's
Here,
supposed
take
to
off
mean.
the hat. Go
I can't.
hatless.
Okay. I don't want it because my hair's gonna be all messed up. I like the hat. I'll be too self-conscious without the hat.
It is
It
a
sounds
nice
like shit. It sounds like you are right, but I'm not. I don't think that he is. But whatever. Wow, man, that just made me think of something else. I can't remember what it was. But why don't we talk about
Hold on, there's one thing I have to bring up.
Oh,
real
okay.
quick.
Here we go.
Matt, do you remember when Ben came to Fred Fest at Andrew's house?
I wasn't. I never went to Fred
You
Fest.
went to the one. You brought your roommate or whatever, John or something.
Oh, that was for my birthday?
No. When I went with John and those guys,
Oh, it wasn't.
because I was staying at.
Yeah.
Where would I have been staying?
You stayed at Andrew's.
I think
thought-
that was for
because-
my.
Oh yeah, we slept on the floor.
Yeah, Ben
Yeah,
doesn't
the
remember.
hardwood floor,
He
or
doesn't
not
remem-
hardwood, the like tile floor. I slept on. I left at like 6:45 in the morning. Yeah, we got picked
He
up.
doesn't even remember being there that weekend, and he was there.
Was
right?
I don't
was
remember
that
that.
your 22nd birthday weekend? No, I think
Yeah,
that was
no, I
just
think
a
that was
random weekend though,
I
because
can't remember.
Jake Lumadou was there as well.
Yeah,
But I think Sam. So I think
'Cause he
that was
brought
my
some-
22nd
No,
birthday.
I
Sam
don't think
was there.
Sam. Oh yeah, because Sam walked in. No, Sam didn't come in cosplay, and I was pissed because he was supposed to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he would always
'Cause the
dress
year
up for my
before-
birthday. He was Ready
Something.
Player One.
Yeah.
He did Ready Player One cosplay.
you
Yeah.
were
Which
there.
was-
You were
I don't think I
100%
was
there.
there.
You were there.
And then this-
You and Sam almost got into a fight in the cops
Oh.
We've never told that story before. You know, I don't know if you know this story.
My thing is, I wasn't really with you that night though. I don't
No.
think it was your birthday.
game. I don't remember what it was,
I
but
can't
I know we
remember.
were all there
we
together.
were all there
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yes.
It was it was
I
the
thought it was
Sabbath.
Fred
I
Fest.
think it was the Sabbath.
No, it wasn't
definitely
Fred,
wasn't
but
Fred
it
Fest.
was some type of like good reason to go to Fred because John and I, yes, were staying at your apartment, but we drove up with a few of our friends from Canisius
Yeah.
that were staying elsewhere.
Because I remember seeing Jake there too,
Yeah, Jake was definitely there.
and Sam
It
and
actu-
Sam was
It
100%
actually
there.
may have
Ben. And Zach
been.
came too, right?
I actually believe it was the weekend before Fred Fest. And the reason I say that is because I remember people saying we should go again this weekend, and I'm like, fuck that. I don't have, honestly, like you'd have to give me a really good reason to go back to Fredonia on a weekend at this point in my life, because every time I've ever been there, all it does is just eat your insides. Like
Well, it's
you
a-
lose
you know-
years on your life for every night spent in Fredonia.
That's
It's the
100%
atmosphere
true.
there.
And
It
that's
gets to
why
you. It's
I don't
the culture.
like I say to people all the time, like the first time you go to Fredonia, doesn't matter if you go to the bar and order 2 drinks, like you'll be blackout drunk, you'll have no clue what happened, and then the next time you come you'll be like, I've never been to this place, and you're already on the ban list.
I
Yeah.
went there for a year, and I don't remember a single night out.
Yeah.
I don't.
And this is my thing is how so I'll pose the question. How do people even graduate from that school?
You know what? Drugs.
Yeah, drugs
I think
definitely
it's
help.
drugs.
But
They
like
help. My
that's what it
GPA was good, and I
but
barely
like
went to
drugs
class.
as in like
Yeah.
drugs to to relax your body when you're not doing schoolwork,
I
or
think
like
well,
drugs
that's
to
what-
make your like Adderall, or like,
That's what I'm saying. It's both. I think
You
it
could
just
do
depends
any
on the
drug.
person.
Yeah, you're just
It's either
always
drugs.
drugs do anything.
As long as
your body's
Right.
just always under the influence in some state. and
Yeah.
that's how you survive 4 years.
yeah,
of
it's
Fredonia.
just drugs. It
I
doesn't
think-
matter what drugs they are. If you're on drugs, you'll pass.
You'll be
That's
good.
the Fredonia guarantee.
I think if you're within like 10 minutes of the campus, you're just kind of buzzed. Like it doesn't matter
Yeah.
if you do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Your body
yes,
just
I
feels
100%
buzzed.
that makes a
agree.
lot of sense.
Ben doesn't. I don't think Ben remembers a single night in Fredonia.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot from
I remember
Fredonia.
we called the bartender a communist. and
I know people.
Oh my God! Remember you with that on your birthday
yep.
with
no,
that
no.
one bartender?
Yeah, it's
I don't know if you remember it. No, at fucking
Muldoon.
Muldoon's. At
Yeah, we told him he
Muldoon's.
loved him and he was stroking his gun.
Yeah, yeah, he let me play with his gun at the bar.
I've been to Muldoon's. Muldoon's is like one of the better bar. Like Muldoon's is the one that's like
It's a good bar there.
You need actual
it's way
ID.
quieter, right? It's not because there's another one with an Irish name that's more of an actual like.
Heenan's.
Yeah. So that one, which is like right next to Old Main, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or right in that
Muldoon's
same area.
is
And
next to-
like Muldoon's is like up around the corner. Maybe?
That's Heenan's. Muldoon's is the one next to Old Man. You got him like mixed up.
Oh,
Like,
so maybe
flip flopped.
I don't fucking know. See, this is what I mean. I don't know, and
That's part of the culture thing.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like what the fuck's going on? Nobody ever knows,
Dude.
and then
People graduate from there and they're like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah.
Like what? What was that?
yep.
And Ben basically could have graduated from there if he attended.
Yeah.
I got asked to rush a fraternity there, and I didn't go to school there.
You
Did
didn't
you-
go to
did you
school,
rush?
period.
I did not rush.
You should have rushed.
I should have.
Yeah.
That was a weird night. That's when the lady was buying meth on the corner, right? Or
Yeah.
coke?
She was buying meth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And you
like
said,
that.
I kind of want to
That's
fuck.
Coke,
another
what kind of- what are we-
aspect
we're
of Fredonia
not classy
that,
enough for
that like adds to like what the school is that if you're not a college student, you're a townie, and that's actually even maybe more questionable because you're living the same lifestyle, I feel like, but instead of doing drugs to keep you through school, you're doing meth to keep you alive. Like, right? Am I wrong from an
No,
outside
wrong.
perspective?
That's definitely
I mean,
right.
that makes sense. That makes sense to me. It's a wild place. I remember when I transferred there, like the summer before I did, and people were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm transferring to Fredonia." Everybody, no matter how old they were, like adults, were like, "Party school." And
Dude,
I was like,
I
okay,
still
all
hear
right.
that all the time.
Yeah, and you kind of like, I don't know about you, but I like shrugged it off. I was like, "Oh, these are just like old people thinking about the '80s and stuff."
Yeah.
But like you said, you go there and it's crazy. It's God. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'd do it again. But I definitely would. I don't know. It was so fun.
I definitely I would.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
would.
I as much as I said that I don't want to go back there, I would go back there this weekend if somebody was like, "Yo, something crazy's happening in Fredonia."
Sounds like we're
Non-COVID
going this
times, of
weekend.
course. No, I'm,
Alright.
I'm too socially responsible with COVID.
If Fred Fest happens this year, we're going. If we get enough people vaccinated, I'm fucking going. I'm
100%.
saddling up.
That I'm in for.
I'll sleep in the M&T Bank around the corner. I don't care. I'll cuddle up next to Andrew and Ben.
That's where we're gonna have to stay.
I think that also like 60% of people in Fredonia do get arrested that weekend as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well,
I
that's
saw so many
that
people.
happens a lot. Like if you if you don't go there and you just like come up for the weekend to see your friends or whatever, yeah, you get arrested.
Almost. Yeah.
If you show them your Fred card, I'm pretty sure the police won't arrest you. I think that's
Yeah,
like a
or
thing.
if you're white.
We used to
I saw
talk-
a lot of racial profiling.
We used to
and
talk
all
about
Shout
that.
out to
We
the
used to
Fredonia
talk about
PD.
that at Canisius. Like, not that Canisius is anywhere near party school, but like when we were freshmen, people would always tell us like, if like the cops ever come to a party, and like start like like talking to everybody, just tell them you go to like Madai or something, and they'll just be like, okay, get the fuck out of here.
Really?
I never had to try it. Too fast.
Oh man, I'm just trying to think.
Actually, 3 years ago today was Team Syria in the Beer Olympics, boys.
Yes, that's what we had to.
I had that memory pop up.
Did it really?
Yep.
God,
Team
that was
Syria
so much fun.
absolutely took the condom off in that Beer Olympics.
Yeah,
we
without a
dominated.
doubt. Without a doubt.
We were like the 85 bears of drinking.
We met.
Who were you guys? Who else was in the Beer Olympics? Like a bunch of 6-year-old children, or?
Oh,
Well,
no.
so I don't.
Because I've participated in Beer Olympics against Andrew before, and it's
Yeah, and
not
we
even
crushed him.
close.
We crushed him. That
He
was a
was
crazy
good.
time.
He
It
was
was,
a closer.
not even close.
Yeah, because we beat you so bad. Is that what you're?
No,
Yeah, we
the
crushed
exact
him.
opposite.
So,
I actually don't even. Okay,
We'll
whatever.
talk about
Fuck
so
that.
we go to this.
Fake news.
I don't know who
It
knew.
was a fucking like English. It was like the paper party. Like they
oh,
they
for
were
the
Zach.
newspaper. Is
Yeah,
that what that
Zach.
was?
It was a newspaper house or something, dude.
A lot of good parties at the newspaper
Yeah,
house.
I feel somehow worse about winning, but we went in there and we basically took over that house. We were like, people were coming in, and I'd be like, "Hey, thank you guys so much for coming. Like, thank you. We really appreciate you guys showing up." And they'd be like, they'd just look at me weird. They didn't even ask if I lived there. They
Yeah.
were just- and then we met that girl who was like, Sargento Cheese? And I was like, yeah. She's like, my dad runs Sargento Cheese. And I was like, what? So we met the heiress to the Sargento cheese
cheese throne,
fortune.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
The
that's
cheese
pretty cool.
princess.
The cheese prince.
I had a similar thing like that happen at a party at my house at school one time.
And Oscar Mayer's daughter.
No, some girls said that, I don't know, I was not even in the conversation. It was like a bunch of us overheard the conversation of some girl saying that her dad does something with shipping. So we just started telling everybody that her dad owned FedEx. And like we would call her the FedEx. We'd be like, "Oh, FedEx, like let's go." Free shipping.
Yeah, we went in there and they were like, let's do beer Olympics. And everybody was like picking countries. And one of these two geniuses.
I think it was Ben.
Probably
Definitely had a
was
hand
Ben.
in that.
It's like, let's be Team Syria. And we
Dude,
were
they
Team Syria for a
and then
long
they
time.
bombed like some base, and we all sent a group chat, and we were like, "Let's go!"
Oh, that's right.
Team Syria boys were buzzing. Yeah.
We're like,
Hundreds
"Let's
of
go."
innocent women and children died, but as
We're-
long as the Team Syria's beer Olympic team is happy.
Yeah, that
it's
was
fine.
our rallying call. We rallied around that.
Yeah.
It really inspired us.
No, which
it
is-
lit a
which is
fire
fair.
inside of us.
We couldn't have done it without all those brave men who gave their lives to just kill hundreds of people.
and that's what we did it for, you know. In the newspaper house, they took shame in it.
I just remember Zach. It was when those Bud Light Dilly Dilly commercials were out.
Dilly dilly.
And this is so dumb, but Zach like had the box on his head,
Yeah.
you know, like a crown. And we were like, he's Dilly Dilly. Like his name, like that's who Dilly Dilly is. It was so stupid. But I think about that and I still laugh sometimes. I laugh about that and I laugh about 2 cups.
2 cups.
Hashtag I have 2 cups.
We were so high that night. I went out.
Oh, yeah, we all went out after
Justin
that.
didn't. I think he died.
That was, no, wait.
Me and
It
you went
depends.
out.
Because the night that Justin died was Halloween. That was the same night as the Holden night, I'm pretty sure.
It was.
That was
Me and you
all-
were
That
ripped.
sounds...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I had those, I had these edibles, and they were super strong.
Yeah.
And
I
so I
remember you
gave,
talking
like,
about 'em.
like, you know, a third to, like, eat all 3 of us or whatever. And, yeah, so, but I had mine in my room, so I took mine before I went over to their place, and then it started kicking in, and they were going to be, like, drinking. This is a terrible story. Like, nobody's...
No, they're not
it's
going to
so
think it's funny.
No,
you
but,
have to be
but you know
there,
what?
You
It's for us, but it's for us.
You know what? That's what matters.
Exactly. It's for the people who are on this podcast, not the people listening. Oh, shit. That's
Nice.
unprofessional.
Yep. Kind of.
And then Ben came up, I think, later. And then we went out.
Yep.
Because Ben was late. I think he Ubered to Fredonia because he used to Uber because he had Diddy money.
Yeah, I had a good stretch. I would wipe my bank account, take a free Uber up, and then run out of the Uber every single time. It was electric. You had to be there.
We'd be like, we'll pick you up. Just give us $10. And he would take a $60 Uber. He'd be
Hey.
like, no, don't do that.
Good times. One in Fred.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, man.
Are you gonna finish the story? Because you made me think of something that I wanted to share. Also.
So, well, we were, you know, mine started kicking in, and we were in Jake's room, and we had to, like, pour these drinks, and Justin was like, does anybody have cups? And Jake was like, I have cups. I have 2 cups. And I lost it. I started giggling
I never
so
saw
hard.
him laugh harder in my life.
I just started shaking with laughter. And Jake's like looking at me, and I'm like, we're going to be saying that for years. And you know what? We did.
This is like
you
year
still
3.
are.
This is
Yeah,
like year
you still
3.
are.
Hashtag I have 2 cups is trending in North America. It's
We
currently
should have
trending.
named. We should have just made that the name of our podcast.
I have 2 cups.
Hashtag 2
Just
cups.
2 cups. Yeah.
There was there was Ben's birthday when he
Threw a calzone
threw the
at
calzone at
Jeep.
that Jeep.
And then you started picking it up, and I was like, dude, just fucking leave it. What are you doing?
That was so
And he
stupid.
smashed in his head.
You're trying to just be
Oh,
respectful.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, again, I was just completely out of it.
He was the most drunk I've ever seen a human being. He walked me through how to put Crocs on for about 15 minutes
Yeah, it was the same night of the Muldoons night.
when he told the bartender.
Oh, when the
bouncer.
bartender let you play with his gun.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he told me
Yeah.
he loved him on his way
Like
out.
like this is what there's only probably one place in the state of New York well known enough that you could have like a bartender let you play with their gun after the hours, like 2 a.m. inside of the bar, and it would be Fredonia. Well, I guess after the hours of midnight because the bars close at 2. But that's the other crazy thing about Fredonia. When we would go there, we were so used to going out in Buffalo and leaving at 12:30 and staying at a bar till 4. And everybody there goes to the bars at like 11. They close at 2, and then they just keep partying. They just go right back to like their pregame and just party some more. There was nights when I was staying at some people's house on White Street and stuff like that, where it would be like 7 o'clock in the morning, and there would still be like 20, 30 people in the house.
Well, a lot of
Oh, yeah.
times what happens is like, you know, people are, you know, partying and stuff, and then they like the stores, like Walmart stopped selling beer, so you have to stay awake until they start selling it again at 8 a.m. And then you go, and then it's insane.
I think some of the best nights I've seen Ben is definitely Fred Fest and his birthday. And one of your birthdays, too, I think.
Probably.
When Sam came up for the first time and we met him.
His 21st birthday?
Yes.
That's what it was. That was the first time.
We talk about that night comes up a lot because that's one of the nights where I really knew that my brother didn't actually give a fuck about me. And family did. You know when they say blood is thicker than water? Not to Andy.
And comes thicker than blood.
Yeah. He does say that, but yeah, that has nothing to do with anything family related.
I think Riley Reed said that.
Yeah. Well, look, I don't know what to tell you.
Ben, walk us through some of your favorite nights at Fredonia.
Trying to think of the ones I remember here.
It's tough to, like, all these nights, as we're talking about this, I'm realizing, like, almost none of these stories are cohesive because they all blend together.
Yeah,
like,
you
this
don't
could
know
literally
which night,
be
which one
Fredonia is
happened.
just
any
one
night.
big night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. One night just combined into 4 years of
This one time we went to a bar, and it was Heenan's, and Ben, we went with a big group, and Ben was trying to get with this girl, and he bought her a rose and got down on knee and gave it to her. It
didn't
And
work.
from that old rose lady.
Yeah, from the Rose Lady.
And then he walks up to everybody in our group, probably like 8 people, and goes, "Who wants a shot of Hennessy?" And everybody said no. And he goes, "I bought 9 shots of Hennessy, so you're going to have to drink these with me." And gave one to the bartender.
They deserved it.
Joe.
Shout out Joe.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Jeez.
yeah. Back to what I was gonna say earlier though.
Okay.
There was a time I was in Crystal Beach.
You need that?
Depends if Ben's doing it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
He's my ride.
Did you have any water to cut it with?
Yeah, there's water out in the mini fridge out there.
Want to cut it with water?
It's not gonna. Yeah.
You're such a cunt.
Step out for a second. But anyway, back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
There was a night that I was in Crystal Beach, like Canada, and we were at this bar called Sneakers we used to go to all the time. And for a while they didn't have, like, it wasn't like there's not very many people up there. It's definitely like a dive bar, but it was one of the less divier bars than some of the other ones on that strip. So more and more people kind of started going to it, which made them like want to, like start checking IDs and stuff, whatever. And so the one night there was a guy who was usually a regular at the bars that we had known and seen because we had gone to the bars so many times before, and he was like bouncing. They just had him out there like kind of checking IDs. And so we start talking to him as we're sitting out on the patio drinking about like, hey, when these just to be assholes, we're like, hey, when these American kids come up, like, we are from there. Like, I could easily tell you the difference between a fake ID and a real ID. And so we start joking with him. So he started letting us bounce. Well, he didn't really let us. He just like walked away. So we assumed the position of bouncer. So we were standing there checking IDs and giving people a hard time. So this group of young kids comes in, all obviously under the legal drinking age of 19 in Canada, and they start one by one handing us fake IDs. And so finally the one kid comes up, and one of my buddies is like, it's the very last kid, and he's like, you got anything else? Like, you got another form? And he's like, no. And he's like, I don't think I can let you in. Like, I don't know. Like, if you don't have another form, I don't think you let you in. And the guy's like, really? Come on, like, please. Like, all my friends are in there. And he's like, sorry, man. Like, without another form. So the kid starts walking away, like walking down the road, like as if he's gonna go get another form of ID. And one of my friends ended up running and grabbing him, being like, dude, we're just kidding. We don't give a fuck. We don't work here. We were just busting your balls. Yeah. So we did almost deny a kid once. So.
Well, that reminds me of the time, and Jake is the reason I did it. We were at Heenan's again in Fredonia, and I was wearing a black crew neck. So there was this huge group of these, people coming in, and Jake was like, Andrew, you got to be the bouncer. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I ran up there, and this like a ton of these kids came in. So I kind of like rolled up my sleeves a little bit, and they'd bring their ID. I was like, and I'd look at it, and then there was like this one girl who was like, "I'm roommates of somebody that you know," and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're fine." And then I just told these kids for, like 90 seconds before letting them in. And somebody, like the bartender, like said, because I think Ben was there, like leaned over to Ben and was like, "Does that guy work here?" I did not, but we had a good time.
I think that's a Fredonia thing too. Is when I would come to Fredonia before I was 21, people would always be. I mean, and I had a fake ID, but everybody would always be like, "Oh no, you don't even need it." Like my brother's girlfriend went to high school with the like everybody's like, you know what I mean? Everybody claims that they have an in. And you can just do whatever you want.
For my first year there, I used Justin's old ID.
Me too.
Our roommate Justin.
Actually, me too.
It's a great ID. And Justin is...
No, I've seen it.
Yeah, and he's like, his mom is from Trinidad. So we don't look very much alike.
I just kept saying, we're the same height. We're good.
Yeah.
So it's basically like if you have a pulse, then you can get in there, no problem.
Actually,
don't lean that way.
Actually,
Why?
one
Because
time...
it's blocking their camera.
One time,
I don't want to see their face.
I went in with Justin's ID to Sonny's, and then Justin went in with his own ID. Then I went outside, and I gave this freshman kid I knew from high school Justin's ID. So there were 3 Justin... And you were also
yes. I remember that night.
So there were 4 Justin Weintraubs in Sonny's at the same time.
Because if you get the stamp,
you can go in
right
and out. Yeah, well, I've been in Sonny's. Yeah, I've definitely been in Sonny's. I've actually seen somebody get denied from Sonny's.
Ben's been denied from
I got
Sonny's.
denied at
I
Sonny's.
saw somebody. I was at one bar like looking to meet up with a different group of people at Sonny's, so I was going solo into Sonny's, and there was a kid in front of me also solo who handed the bouncer his ID, and the bouncer hit back with like, "Where'd you go to high school?" or something, and he kind of stuttered and was like, "You realize like I'm friends with this kid, right? And like I know you're not him," and he's like, "Oh shit," and he kind of like stood there for a second to see if he would let him in still, and nope, he never got. I don't know, maybe he got back in later that
Ben
night.
actually got in once with Justin's ID.
Yeah, I got in with Justin's. I used his roommate Brian's ID.
And he also used my older brother's ID, who is now 28 years old. He was about 25 at the time.
I know a kid that
you could get away
used
with
to go to like we'd all go to Darien Lake, and like we'd all drive in together so that we could park next to each other to tailgate. This is when we were really young, not really, but like still in high school. And he was like a year or 2 older than us, but he wasn't 21 by any means. And he would actually use his dad's ID. Like he looked just like his dad. Like he just was like a big guy, and he looked just like his dad's. And he would use his dad's ID, and he would buy like 8 cases of beer so that we didn't have to like drop, because you know how they can pull you over at Darien Lake and like search your car. So he would buy like a ton of beer, and like when cops or anything would like, he would pretend to be his dad. And it worked for probably 2 years until
That's
we were old
so
enough
funny.
to live on our own. Yeah.
Ben's dad actually plays goalie for the Buffalo Sabres.
He does. He's struggling this season.
Carter Hutton?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ass.
Yeah,
He needs he needs permanent load management.
He
Yeah,
kept
it's the Hallmark time.
He kept wondering why his dad wouldn't come home from dinner.
Yeah.
And he's just
He
playing
had a
hockey.
game. Yeah, he was down at Key Bank. Yeah.
You know the lines that Walmart get.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought he was just going for some milk.
Milk for Ben's vodka.
Yeah.
Vodka
Yeah,
milks
so-
are slept on.
So now now that we're into it, and this comes back to what we've kind of been talking about a lot is underage drinking. So Ben, I don't know. Tell us.
So it was in 6th grade. I found a bottle of vodka. There was no pop to drink or anything. So I was like, you know what? I see my mom drinking this. It probably tastes delicious. So I took a sip of it straight. It just wasn't happening. Came right up, so I thought I'd mix it with milk. 2% from Wegmans. And it just didn't go well.
How many times did you drink vodka milks? Like just that night, or like
No more than 10.
But even if he got to 9, like that's a lot of times to drink vodka
Yeah,
milk
where
and
you're
still
like-
be willing to put yourself through the taste of. I can't even imagine. And also, not you mentioned to me, you're also lactose intolerant.
Yes.
Is that why?
I think that's
Did
why.
they know? Did your mom know that? Like, did anybody know that you were drinking vodka milks, or was
No.
Okay.
I kept it a secret until last year. I came out of the closet for the vodka milks.
Yeah.
You tweeted it, and
I did
people were
tweet.
like, "What the fuck?"
When I was in 6th grade, I would drink vodka.
Yeah.
They said, "What's your?"
Did you ever do anything like have like a vodka milk with breakfast and then go to school or anything like
No,
that?
I just drank vodka milks before I went to bed.
Oh, so you were probably sleeping like a baby.
I slept like a charm.
Yeah.
I was sick the next day.
Yeah,
It worked
woke
every
up
time.
feeling like ass. Yeah.
Did you
have to go to
finish a
school.
bottle? Like, how much vodka were you putting in this milk?
Probably not a lot.
All right.
Just enough to get me where I needed to go.
Why not just drink the milk? Yeah, okay, so this actually brings up something. If it didn't taste good with milk, why did you continue to drink it?
Well, because milk doesn't taste good.
So neither of them
So I was
taste
trying-
good. So you're.
I thought it would
Was it
like
like
counteract
Pemdas?
both
Why
of
did
them
you-
tasting like shit.
Why did you cut it with milk in
Was it
the
like-
first place? Why was that?
You got to do what you got to do. It's a cold world
He was
out
in
there.
Bear Grylls mode. He was trying to
Yeah.
survive.
He's like, I know
Adapt.
that I have to drink this. I just need to figure out how.
Mix vodka with it.
And then he's like, no, mix milk with it.
Ben,
I'm
do you
talking-
want to
Oh.
fill them in about when you used to sleep in your closet to skip school?
Yeah, that was a little life hack. If you didn't want to go to school, I would wake up, I would like put my book bag in the closet with me, and I would just take a nap in my closet to skip school.
So his mom would come in and his bed would be empty because he'd be sleeping in his closet.
There's also another life hack.
And she would think that you would like.
Why
gone
did
to
you
school or
usually like
whatever.
just get up and go to school before?
Yeah, because she went and showered. I was ahead of the curve in middle school.
I
So you
think
just sleep in your closet. Yeah, till remember, like the automated phone call or whatever. Like, hey, your kid's not in school today. You know that, right?
They didn't do that when we were younger, though.
No,
They
they
did
did
that
it.
one.
Were you in high school or were you in middle school?
I think probably a little of both.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I think I got
they
away with it in
definitely-
8th grade.
They definitely did that shit when we were in middle school.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Because I remember, and the reason I know for a fact is because I countless times I would be at like 9 a.m. doctor's appointments at Excelsior Orthopedics, and like Dad's phone would ring, and it'd be the school, and I'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna answer it. They're just gonna tell me you're not there. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm with you. I'm right here.
What
I don't know.
what was your what were you guys like when you were like in when did ground darts start?
Ground darts
That's like a
started-
touchstone.
It was
A
Chuck
year-
E. Cheese.
That was a
Oh,
year before I came to Fred, like 2016-ish, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh, wow.
myself, Ben, and Evan, we would go around the Chuck E. Cheese parking lot looking for cigarettes that weren't finished, and we would smoke them in the back out the clock. They were called ground darts.
Because they're darts that you find on the ground.
like homeless people do.
Yeah, kind of. But Ben and Evan took it to a new extreme and went to the other side of the plaza.
Yeah,
looking
we had to
for-
hunt.
Yeah, they were hunting. And I
Looking
would have
for
to
the-
cover for them
yeah.
because we would never tell
Well, I
the
have some
managers.
friends that their theory is if there's those 2 lines on your cigarette before the filter, still then the cigarette's not done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so
We would smoke them without the filter. Ben
Yeah,
would
it
rip
didn't
it
matter.
off. And
Well, I
smoke
guess ripping off the filter is better than sucking on somebody else's dry spit.
them. Oh, that happened too. Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
don't
of
get
course.
confused.
That's unavoidable.
He was like ground dart bisexual.
Yeah, he could do it. He could do it all different types of ways.
Yeah, it didn't matter, you know.
If there was a dart on the ground, he could find it and he could smoke it.
Oh, I think we peaked around that time.
Do you want to tell them about the pansexual?
No, you talk about the pansexual. That's your girl.
No, I quit.
He lost to What Are the Odds to Have Sex at the pansexual.
Well, what happened
Can I-
was there
Nah,
was
keep
this
going.
girl with rainbow hair. She was pansexual, and I had no idea what it meant. So I asked Ben, and he said that means like if she could, she'd fuck a tree. And
you
so,
love without restrictions.
Pretty much.
so
I guess.
Ben and our buddy Evan would like she liked both of them, like wanted to go out with both of them, and every time she would text one, somebody else would be like, "No, I actually heard like Ben's into you," and then
Oh, like they
they would just keep passing her back and forth. And the one time she texted Ben and goes, "Do you have a car?" And he was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Would you like to go on a date?" And he goes, "Oh, I actually heard Evan's into you." And she goes, "Weird, because he told me the same thing, that you're into me." And then they're like, "Oh, that's weird." And they decided to take her to Paris, but it never happened.
Yeah, it's still going on to this day. She's still currently in my DMs.
And she Snapchats Evan some explicit
what
videos.
What do you guys? What are
Good
you
God.
waiting for?
Damn, if I wasn't tied down in a relationship
Oh
right
yeah, that
now,
would make sense.
Maybe,
Yeah.
If he gets a hall pass,
Yeah.
that's what we're waiting for.
Babe,
Ellie to trust him
babe,
enough.
babe. We've been waiting to tag team this pansexual for years. Come on, it doesn't mean anything.
Man, she's a looker.
Just penetration.
She is a looker. She's got a lot going for her. I follow her on Instagram.
She does. You want to shout out our Instagram handle?
No, I don't remember
Probably
it.
not.
Maybe hold that back.
I don't remember it off the top of my head. Ben, would you like to talk about?
No.
Oh Jesus! Shit! I'm gonna bleep her name actually, so I'm gonna remember.
Yeah, we're
that.
right around our neck of the woods right now.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah,
Yeah, this is too
I don't
close to
even
Andrew
know-
and Matt's
Yeah,
home.
she will come right to the studio.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know. I think if I bleep her name, you could talk about it, but I don't even know if you want to.
Yeah, she'll know.
She'll know.
Yeah, she just got.
She's
that
probably
sixth
listening.
sense.
Yeah, she once broke out of the ECMC psych ward
She did.
to come hunt down his brother.
Yeah, because you had her in your phone as future ex-girlfriend
I did.
while you were still dating her.
Yeah, day 6 of the relationship, I kind of knew. You know what? This isn't going
Yeah,
anywhere.
it's a bad idea.
But how was the sex?
It was all right.
You winked.
Well, that was a girl that got you out of missionary.
She did, yeah. I was called the Christian beforehand.
He called himself that.
Oh.
He called himself that. by the
Yeah,
way.
we couldn't make it
It
out.
was a self-name. It was like a wrestling name.
No.
We're talking missionary and missionary.
I was like the Matthew Dellavedova of sex.
Okay.
It was all heart.
The best part, all this going through.
great
I know,
poll.
I had to do an assignment for school today.
How is this gonna tie in?
Oh, you'll see it in time.
Would you bang your teacher in missionary?
Yeah. No, I had to do an assignment for school today, like an introduction assignment, because the new semester just started this week, and it was like, talk about like short-term, intermediate, and long-term goals for your life and stuff like that. So long-term goals, I was short-term and long-term. Since I did it today, I talked about the podcast and stuff like that as part of it, and submitted an assignment with like the name of my podcast, of the podcast, Two in the Cooler, to one of my professors. So now it would actually work up perfectly if you were to read that tomorrow and be like, he's got a podcast. Maybe I should look it up. And he'll come watch this episode.
And he'll be like, what the fuck was this?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He'll be like, this kid's a graduate student?
there's only
Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
absolutely right.
No, I agree.
and we've only scratched the surface of the lives of these two. I mean,
I wouldn't even call this scratched. It's like a clipping.
Yeah.
It's like a nail clipping.
oh, it's phenomenal. Every time I tell people about you guys, I always say the same thing, that you guys are the two funniest people in the city for sure, but possibly the country and potentially the entire universe.
Definitely Latin and South America.
Latin and South America for sure. That's on lock.
Yeah, you got those locked down, no problem. But the things that, and you guys I think it's because you guys just know each other so well.
Inside and out, baby.
Yeah. We know every inch of each other's bodies.
They're pansexual, yeah.
I have fucked a fridge. But Ben at Chuck E. Cheese, we had a manager, and she was very religious. Like she would get worked up if you said like "God damn" or
Yeah,
like
Jesus Christ.
"fuck."
Yeah.
Any swear word really would get her all
Hot
all-
mother.
all angry. And Ben went up to her, and he goes, "Oh, I heard you're really religious." And she goes, "Yeah, I really believe in God." And he goes, "I believe in God too. They call me the Christian." And she goes, "Why?" He goes, "Because I've never made it on missionary with a girl." And then we ended up going to her church.
It was a
and
cult.
It was like a cult. The priest, like, you guys been to church, right?
I've been to church.
Yeah.
And you know how like they wear the robes,
Yeah.
depending on the season and stuff. This guy was in jeans and like a flannel, and it was at middle school.
Was he telling them that he was God? Or
No, he was
oh.
saying like anti
He's
gay
homophobic.
shit. Yeah, like homophobic. And like me and Ben, we were still really high because we took edibles the night before.
Yeah.
And this was like break of dawn, early in the morning. We're ripped. And we both got in the car and we're like, dude, you really want to fucking go to this? And we're like, wow, we might as well. We committed. And
She asked you guys to come? Is
Yeah.
that what- Okay.
she said that we needed guidance. And
Why
so-
would you say
Yeah,
that?
I don't know.
she said, Benny boy, I worry about you. It's something she told him. And so we went, and we're hearing all this homophobic stuff. And we're like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? It was like a 2-hour like church meeting. And then I still get emails from them.
Yeah.
I give them my real email.
Everybody was fist pumping the entire time.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I really do jump right in front of that camera when I do that. Eh? Sorry.
That's all right.
It was a very.
Two in the cooler.
Two in the cooler. Check us out. You need an ad?
Yeah.
Get their merch. Do whatever you want with it.
This podcast does not support terrorism.
No, it is not. It's very anti-terrorism.
We do everything we do for the kids and the troops. We've done
Everything.
over that
Yeah.
a few
Kids
times.
and the troops is sort of. That's just the whole deal about.
Yeah, that's
the
our
studio.
secondary slogan.
This is
Yeah.
actually Kids in the Troops Studio. That's
Yeah.
the name of where we are right now.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah,
I'd piss myself
in
the troops.
honor of in honor of the kids and the troops. See, pissing yourself for the troops is an interesting,
Well,
piss myself
it's
for
a
anything.
curious charity.
so
they don't
this-
make a
it's
ton of
actually-
money.
I was gonna say it's actually a movement that I could get behind. A peaceful protest in the streets where everybody just stands there,
Hold
and pisses
signs that
themselves.
says "We are the troops" and we piss
and,
ourselves.
and everybody just pisses themselves, and you stand there, arms held high, clearly pissing your pants, and it's like a metaphor for going through the suffering that
Yeah.
the troops do when they're like in combat. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
like
it's
pissing in trenches and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a better version of the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. We raise money by
Yep.
just pissing our pants.
I know. Gray sweats only, though.
Exactly.
taking-
Yep,
I'm
you
taking
want
a
to see the
stand on
piss
that.
line.
See, gray sweats on right now.
Yep.
I'll do it.
If you piss
Optional-
yourself, you want the mob to know.
Optional Viagra prior to protest.
Yeah.
as well.
We should all storm the Capitol and piss our pants.
Yeah, inside the
Instead-
or we just piss in the Capitol.
Anywhere you want, really.
Yeah,
This is
piss dogs are back.
Piss dogs are back.
yeah. You can piss anywhere you want. That's a new law that we've just passed.
Let's get.
This is
You know
America.
what? What's today's date? The 10th.
Yeah.
On April 20th, we're gonna storm the Capitol and piss our pants.
Piss across America.
Yep.
Yep.
Everybody here's
Or every year from
And
this
bring
point
your social
forward,
security card. We're
February-
ripping it up.
February 10th is like National Piss Yourself for the
We'll
Troops
do it.
Day.
We'll do it. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow when the episode comes out. But we'll
Oh yeah,
establish
February
something.
11th.
February 11th.
We'll raise a. This is. I mean, we could do this.
It's a pre-Valentine's Day.
Whoever's
celebration of
listening to
sorts.
this, I want you to meet me at the Capitol on 420. Bring your social security card. We're ripping it off. We're going off the grid, and we're pissing our pants at the Capitol.
If you're going off the grid, if you're ripping your social security card up and going off the grid, you might as well just eliminate bathrooms altogether.
Oh.
Yeah. There's no use for bathrooms
Start
in
a
the
new
21st century.
society that supports
It's-
the troops based off of going to the
Or
bathroom wherever you.
It's
see fit.
2021. If you're using the bathroom, still grow up.
Bathrooms are
You
racist.
fucking coward.
I agree.
That's absolutely. So I refuse to use them.
Yeah, I can see that.
hmm
Okay.
I'm known to piss myself at least twice a week.
At least, at very minimum.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got that down from before. I know you were working on that. So
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm trying to get those. I'm trying to bump those numbers up.
Fredonia, he was like 5-6 times a week. He
Yeah, that was
pissing
my
himself.
prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you
I
go
don't
from
know how
that?
we got. To
Oh
this
my God.
point.
Ben, you want to
I
talk
know,
about
I
how you got
loved it.
banned from a strip club last week?
I did get banned from Pharaoh's last week. Pharaohs, if you're hearing this right now, let me back.
I'm sorry.
Hashtag bring Ben back to
Bring
Pharaohs.
Ben back to Pharaohs.
Have you guys ever seen Pharaohs?
Hashtag justice for Ben.
Justice for Ben.
It's a disgusting strip
Yeah,
club.
now
in
the strip
Cheektowaga.
club-
No, I know. I've never been in it. No, I don't. Yeah,
It's rough in there.
I don't. Yeah, that's why.
You
I've
said it's
never-
like a hockey rink right
Yeah,
now.
they
The
have to dance in
strippers.
the hockey rink.
We got the glass
They have
up.
glass up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how did you get kicked out of this place?
Well, so I went with a bunch of people I work with. I'm not going to say the job I do because it's a big company.
Good idea.
I'll point at the camera. They know.
Let's just say that Ben steals a lot of Viagra from this company.
No. Yeah, but we had one lovely lady at our table, and she had to throw up, so she kept throwing up in all the cups, and we put the cups on the
The
table.
stripper was throwing up
No,
cups.
No, it
the
worked.
lady
That's
we
what-
were with,
yeah.
2 cups.
from like drinking, or
I got
was
2
she
cups.
Drinking.
Okay.
We drank a bottle of Remy
Yeah,
Martin
that's okay. That's fine. I
before
thought
we went in.
she
but
was
then
just like under the weather and decided.
Yeah,
to
she was
strip
cold.
club. Yeah.
But then she puked all over the floor, and then we spilled all our glass all over the floor. And nobody kicked us out for 2 hours. It wasn't an issue. They brought drinks to our table. We got 50 wings. There's nothing but puke and glass. And then finally a security guard took issue with it, and we were escorted out.
And not very welcome back.
No. And then one member of our party got pulled over.
Wow.
So let us back into Pharaohs.
I think you deserve to at that point. You listen.
Actually, you guys should blame Pharaohs for getting pulled over because you guys were going to stay for a little bit while
Yeah, I was
longer,
trying to
have a
stay
couple
before.
waters maybe
Yeah.
to sober up before you drove home.
Well, that party was sober.
And he
I mean,
spent
granted, we were
about-
all
Oh.
sober.
He spent about $170 within an hour. He
Yeah.
should be like a VIP there.
I'm going to look at the camera when I say this. The drinks are overpriced. I bought 12 shots and 6 beers. Guess the total.
12 shots and 6 beers.
Let me see. I mean,
$75.
I'm going to say $1.20.
$1.74.
Yeah, that's-
No way.
What were the
That's a little
shots of?
overpriced.
What were the shots
Remy
of?
Martin. We were on a kick.
Okay, so I mean,
Yeah, we were on a Remy bender that
Yeah.
night.
I mean, that's not very overpriced. Let me look at the camera and say that one.
yeah.
Now look at the camera and take that back.
My bad. Fuck.
It's 2 in the cooler.
All right, so who are we doing? The who would win or whatever?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we
I
can
like
do
that.
that right now.
That was a very good segue. Yeah.
Yeah.
'cause we
You got a future in this.
yeah.
Thank you got future.
I don't know about all that, but thank you.
That was a nice little heartfelt
Oh
moment.
my God. I love you guys so much.
Yeah, so this week's who would win of the week is
Do you remember?
Rick Tamlin. I know, I forget.
From
often.
Anchorman.
From Anchorman versus Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
All right, who's leading off here? I got thoughts.
I want you to lead off. I
Yeah,
already
go
know
ahead.
who you're picking, but go ahead.
I'm taking Charlie Kelly
Oh,
against,
see, he came right out and said it, yeah.
against any mortal and any non-mortal.
But let me just also point out that before we had determined that Charlie was going to be the one fighting Brick, Ben also said that he would take Brick over any mortal. So
Yeah, but Charlie Kelly's the king of the rats.
He is
Yeah.
the king of the rats.
yeah,
He has a dark room in the vents.
no, one of my favorite scenes from It's Always Sunny is the I can't remember their name, like the McCoyles or whatever, their
Yeah.
wedding.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
when he goes Jaws mode, but he's talking about the rats.
Yep.
Yeah, that's an all timer. Especially because I've lived in houses with rats before, so I used to send that to my roommates like every time we'd kill one. Yeah.
I went to one of my favorite Charlie. This is why I'm taking Charlie solely. Is when the McBoyles took over the bar at Patty's Pub, and Frank was looking for his will in there, and Charlie wrote out a map through the vents. And a guy just that creative is gonna win a fight, whatever it
true.
comes down to it.
See-
He wrote a map of vents.
I almost think though that Brick may not even need a map for the vents because in his mind it doesn't matter where he ends up. If he gets stuck in the vents for 3-4 years, he's okay with it. He'll be
Right.
okay and he'll emerge one day and he will not have skipped a beat.
That's what
As
I will.
you see when he shows up to his own funeral and he's crying because he's
Right. Well,
He's
I'll
confused.
say that as well about Brick, is why I'm leaning towards him right now. I'm not going to finalize anything yet, but I'm leaning towards Brick right now because although Charlie's got, to say Charlie's got that chaotic energy is an understatement. But Brick, you can beat the shit out of Brick and he will have no idea that something's wrong.
He
You
also
know what I
killed
mean?
a man too.
He did kill a man.
He killed
Charlie-
a couple. He's killed a couple. He's got blood on
Yeah.
his hands.
and he's not afraid to do it again. Yeah. Here's my thing with Charlie is that Charlie is crazy enough to be like a evil genius, but then he always finds a way to take his crazy too far and ruin his own master plan that in a sense I feel like would have worked only for him still because he is so crazy. But and he just does a lot of weird shit. I know Brick does weird shit. They both do a lot of weird shit.
All right, but where's this fight taking place? Like a UFC octagon?
Yeah.
Are there weapons involved?
No.
Are we
I'm
going
taking
like?
Charlie.
Are we going Trident versus Rat Stick?
I don't think that you
Oh,
can give.
that's a good
that was
idea.
when you said Rat Stick earlier. I instantly thought, okay, Trident, but I don't think that. If Brick has a Trident, I'd have a hard time not taking Brick.
I'm taking Brick with weapons. Without weapons, I'm taking Charlie.
So I think we should go no weapons. That's usually what we do.
Usually
And I think
we
both
do
of
that,
them-
but these are two guys. But like, these are two guys that are. Those are like they're
Yeah.
known for having those weapons. So I don't know either way. But still, like Brick is a dense guy. Like Charlie, maybe he huffs his paint and he comes out swinging like this or whatever. But Brick is like, he's got kind of that low center of gravity. I feel like he's got a core. You know what I mean? Like he's dense. He's a dense person.
And that's the other thing I'll say about them both is I think they're both hard to kill.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlie
That's
is
true.
inevitably hard to kill because his body can withstand anything.
He told the people that he could survive off of a month with $5.
He could. I would
They're gonna
actually
kill that.
I would
man?
actually be curious
Not
to
happening.
see if he would survive like a nuclear attack. Like I don't think his body would be affected by nuclear radiation.
He said he drinks bleach because it tastes good and it smells good.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He also hangs
And
out
I don't
in the
know.
sewers.
I don't know if most people know this, but usually drinking bleach would kill you.
That's a good point. But Brick also gets, I don't know, he gets like shot with arrows and stuff.
No, yeah, but that's why I said they're both hard to kill. We just jumped right into.
So
into
basically,
Charlie
we're
first.
dealing with two gods here that are
Yeah,
practically
almost
unkillable.
metahumans.
Two guys
I
are
would say.
almost unkillable.
Yeah.
So how do you kill the unkillable?
This fight would take years.
That is a great point.
Yeah.
This would.
Because there would be long pauses of time where like Brick would forget that he was fighting and Charlie would get distracted by something else, and they would both be doing completely separate things in the same ring for an extended period of time, knowing very well that they're not getting out of the ring until one of them's dead.
There's a part of this fight where they both like just sit down and like do a coloring book.
Yeah.
Because they forget that they're in
Yeah.
the middle of a fight, and then they get back to
All
it.
right, so who do you guys have? Ben on testosterone pills or R. Kelly?
Great honorable mention. Ben on testosterone.
Is R.
pills.
Kelly in jail during this
This
time?
is R. Kelly during the time he was peeing on women.
Okay.
R. Kelly.
So Prime Kelly.
No, I'm not.
On testosterone pills.
Yeah, I'll even go regular. I think I could take down R. Kelly. I'll look in the camera and
Really?
say it again.
Okay. R. Kelly,
that-
if you're
it's that
listening to
one.
this. So I actually okay, so let's get through this and then I have something to talk about after
Okay.
the Hoodwin of the Week. But
You really think that you could take, like, just you on your own, you could take
This is prime R. Kelly.
Prime
like,
R. Kelly pissing
like
on girls R.
Ignition
Kelly?
remix
Yeah,
R.
yeah,
Kelly.
yeah.
Well, I'm also not. I'm
it's
not
a
afraid of
remix
piss.
to Ignition.
Yeah, we've already established this. So
That's
his
true.
biggest weapon isn't a weakness of mine.
Yeah, that okay.
I've seen Ben on testosterone pills get angry after winning a basketball game 16-2.
Oh,
How
well,
he
that's
finished.
if
I'll
it's
also say
testosterone
that-
pills, Ben 100%. I think you're a fool not to take him in that situation.
I would take him against anybody. I would take him.
Another quick honorable mention
absolutely.
that I had said to Andrew earlier was Howie Mandel versus COVID-19.
Ooh.
I don't even think it's actually close. It's COVID-19 beats Howie Mandel.
No,
20.
yeah.
No.
Howie Mandel's got no immune system.
That's a great point.
If you sneeze within like 20 feet of Howie Mandel, he might curl up in a ball and die.
Yeah.
I'm going Howie Mandel on this one. Germaphobes are just a different animal. They
Yeah,
always find a way from the germs impacting them. So I think he'd be like the mad scientist behind the cure.
Fair.
He
Anyway,
wouldn't sit down in Eric Andre's seat.
No.
I don't remember. Was he,
He was
on
on
there?
that show.
I don't remember.
Fourth
it.
season.
God, that's
I
We
don't
watched the
understand
entire
how
season.
people
Yeah.
go. Oh, let's finish the.
Ooh, okay, we'll finish the
Yeah.
who would win, and then we got some more stuff.
But I don't understand how people go on Eric Andre's show without knowing what they're getting themselves.
That's the whole point of the show, though.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. Let's lock up this who would win then, because we're
Okay. I mean, I think that it's still up in the air. I think that, like you said, they're both just built different.
Mhm.
I think that I like. My problem is, I don't usually like when it goes unanimous, but that's why I always let you pick last, because you have to be the one to try to change your moral stand on who would win
Okay,
the week
thanks.
to see if you'd rather the content be better. I think I also have to go Charlie here. I think that the reason I say it is because I think that everything I said that was going to happen, I think would happen. The fight would take forever. There'd be long stretches of just zero fighting and just like probably just like yelling back and forth, making bird noises, weird shit like that going on the whole time. But at the end of the day, I really don't think that anything kills Charlie, and I think that there is a potential for Brick to die.
I don't know. He's never died before.
I think if they don't end up
Nobody
becoming,
that's alive has ever died before, Andrew.
I think if they
Abe
don't
Lincoln?
end up becoming best friends, then Charlie wins.
He's also
Yeah,
illiterate.
best friends is always an option. We talk about that a lot. We
they might get like super along, and Brick ends up with Charlie at Patty's
Well,
Pub.
because
That
you
could
know
happen.
what? I bet you that I bet you that Charlie actually completely understands everything that Brick says and thinks.
Right.
But I'm still taking Charlie.
That's
Andy, we're waiting
interesting.
on you.
Oh boy. I don't know, because Brick might be like a time traveler too. But if it's no weapons, you know what? Shit. I'm going to take Brick, and I'll tell you why. Because I think that when this happens, so like I said, Charlie's going around like this or whatever, Brick is just completely still. He's laughing because he has no idea that his nose is fucking broken. He's getting the shit kicked out of him. Charlie's certainly aware of that no matter how resilient he is. So Charlie's like wailing on him and stuff, and then Brick just like accidentally sticks out his foot and trips Charlie, and Charlie, like, you know, his head falls on a spike or something. Like, that's how this would play out, I think.
Yeah, but I don't. I didn't actually think about that. I agree with what you said. Is that Brick could have a lot of pain,
Like,
inflicted,
because
and
they're
he wouldn't
both-
even notice. But this is what I'm saying is I don't think a spike to the head kills Charlie,
Me neither.
but I think that a spike to the head would kill Brick.
Charlie's
I don't know
just
if it would,
built
though.
different. You know, he
They
fights
both- they
rats
both
for
are
a
built
living.
Different. Yeah.
He
They
drinks
both are.
bleach every day.
He also eats cat food to go to bed.
He eats
Yeah.
cat food. He cuts his
Sleeps
nails
in a
with-
bed with Frank.
Yeah,
Sometimes
with
he crawl-
somebody that could
sometimes
possibly
he goes
be
in
his
the
dad.
crack.
After he survived an abortion.
So I will. Well, that's locked in. So go vote. I like that one a lot. Always Sunny's a funny ass show. That is
Oh,
a
yeah.
really really fun
We
show.
actually have a question for you two.
All right.
Okay.
How long do you think it would take for us to get out of an escape room?
Depends on like a. Okay, I have a question. Is this a real life scenario or like an escape room at like the one that's right over here? Like
You want to go
escape,
real life?
Real life.
escapes. Like you're really
Like a
in
Saw type of escape room.
I mean, this might be cliche,
But we're not trapped.
This
Like-
might. I was gonna say this might be cliche, but if somebody ever kidnapped the two of you at the same time, they would let you go before they even decide figure
Yeah,
out what
easily.
to do with you.
Yeah,
Easily.
that means a lot.
If they let us
No, that's what
talk,
I
we're
mean.
walking out of there with a scratch on our bodies.
110%. You guys are walking out like it's like those videos of, like that people post like that are supposed to be funny where like they call their parents and be like, "Dude, can you come pick up your fucking kid? Like I kidnapped him. He won't shut the fuck." Have you seen that TikTok song that's like, "You want to lick my nipples?" And he's like, "Come pick up your kid," and the kid's like, "Dad, can I stay here, hang out with Mike for a little bit?" And the kidnapper's like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer would hate us.
Yeah. Oh, he'd probably eat you still though.
Yeah.
I think
I-
that
I
Jeffrey
probably would.
Dahmer would get along with Ben really well.
You think
Because, well,
You think he'd fuck Ben's head?
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
You
think
want to know who
It's
else you'd get
100%.
along with? What the fuck's that guy's name?
Holden.
Holden. He'd
Yeah,
be
I was
good.
just
Yeah.
thinking that.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew got along with him too.
No, I'm
Well,
not
Ben
talking
ghosted
about
him.
Holden. I'm talking about Jeffrey Dahmer getting along
Oh,
with
and
Holden.
Holton. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think both, like,
Yeah, they would hook
they're
up.
they're
They
very
would definitely
similar
fuck.
people.
Yeah, they'd meet at the same bar.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So what I wanted to get into directly after Hoot of the Week, and I thought of this while it was happening. So we talk about Barstool Sports on here a lot, and they recently, this past weekend, they did their Rough and Rowdy again, which is like their boxing thing, and they had Billy Football, one of the interns from one of their podcasts, fight Jose Canseco.
Oh, did that actually happen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Billy
the
Football won.
fight only lasted like 12 seconds.
What?
Jose
Billy
took
by knockout.
Jose. Yeah, well, it was by Jose
I
took a
can't believe
dive.
I didn't see it.
So I have a bunch of facts. So now I wasn't actually going to talk about the fight. I was going to talk about something else, but now I want to talk about the fight. So if I was Barstool, I'd be pissed. And Dave kind of was, and people were coming back and forth at him. So Jose was going to make for the fight. Jose was going to make $50K, and then if he won, I believe another $50K. But he also had stake in like the amount of revenue that the fight made, depending on like if they break their viewership record, like because it's pay-per-view, and they shattered their record. So it turns out that Jose from that fight made over $1 million.
Holy shit.
So Dave Portnoy was all pissed off about this, and you know how he gets, bitching like, you just got this much money and you stood in the ring for 12 seconds and then said your shoulder hurts too much so you couldn't finish the fight. Like, this is like pretty much saying like, fuck you know what I mean? And a bunch of people were replying and saying like, what do you mean? Like, the reason that you shattered the record was because like Jose was in the fight and it was like all this stuff. And my thing and I was talking about this with my roommate again, Alex, and he said it to me. He said, yeah, but now everybody who was a first-time buyer of Rough and Rowdy, who just spent the $20 to buy the fight because they wanted to watch that fight, and now they only watch the main fight on the main card, go for not even half a round, not even a third of a round. It's going to make them not... So, yeah, they made a shit ton of money, but it's almost like, is that going to make them lose money in the long run? So fuck
Right.
Jose for that. But this was my initial point of what I was getting into was... So we were watching... Our hockey team was watching the fight together, a bunch of us, and we were having a couple beers. And a kid on our team, Robbie... I don't even know how to say his last name. I don't. It starts with a C. So I'm going to do 2 name drops here. Robbie, and then great friend of mine, friend of the pod, Dustin Takarsky. Robbie called out Dustin Takarsky and said, like, I could kick Durkee's ass. And Takarsky was in Tampa. So I called him and I said, hey, like, Robbie just said that, like, he could kick your ass. And Takarsky went AWOL. And since then, he said that he wants to fight Robbie and he would let us have exclusive rights to him fighting Robbie. And we could stream
Yeah, of
it.
course we're doing that.
Yeah.
Anybody fight anybody. Ben on testosterone
Yes, so
pills
this,
versus...
that's
you want to do a
what
full fight card?
Yes,
If you
we'll
want
do
to.
a whole card.
I can get my cousin Tommy Smokes, T-Bird.
Trap Lord Tom.
Yeah, I'll take.
Oh, it's him?
I'll take on
We should talk
Trap
about
Lord
that.
Tom for the co-main event.
Okay.
That'd be a good
Tom-
fight because he's as tall as you, right?
Yeah, he's 6'4". We just wrestled 2 weeks ago for the McGregor fight.
How'd it go?
I won, but it was
Okay.
close.
So it's a
Tom
battle.
is
So
like
should we
real
do
life
that then?
Charlie
Maybe
Kelly.
instead of doing, like, we'll put our own spin on it. We'll go UFC style instead of, like, just boxing. Like, we'll let people really...
Well, you don't want to let Ben take his shirt off in front
No,
of
we do.
hundreds
Yeah,
of
I'll
people
take my
because
shirt
he
off.
will
way,
throw up.
Either way, his shirt's coming
Yeah, I'm
off.
shredded right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, look, if
He
this
just
is...
ate a Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Two
He's in
of
his
them.
prime.
two of them, and the fries.
The fries. They
And
were
I'll tell you
precious.
Their
right
fries
now,
are
if this
fantastic.
ever became a real thing, Durkee wins that fight 100 out of 100 times. Shout out Justin Durkee. Fuck you, Robbie.
I mean, look, to them and to you, like, if you guys actually want to do this, we can make this happen very easily.
2 in the cooler.
I'll
Done.
fight.
betting.
I will fight Bill Black if we do it.
Who are you fighting?
I will
Are you
fight
kidding
Andrew.
me? I'm going to call him right.
Oh.
I'm going to...
I'll
You
fight
want to fight me?
Yeah, did you hear that?
Jake, I love you so much. I can't
That's
fight
why.
you. I can't fight him.
That's why we're just gonna hug. It's gonna be like a heartfelt
It's gonna
thing.
be a
that I
grapple.
would
We're
do.
gonna
That I
cry.
would do.
If this ever became maybe not the first
And then I'll
one, but
tear my
if we
ACL.
ever actually came up with like something where it became like we could make money off of it,
Yeah.
I would train. I would forego almost everything I was doing to train to fight Bill Black.
Ben would do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
He will do it any
Yeah,
day
you
of
can
the
call
week.
it like 2 in the cage and do a spinoff.
2 in the cage.
I'm
Fuck.
pretty-
Fuck.
Fuck.
Fucking
That's
fuck.
genius.
There
That's
you
Do
go.
we
God
have to
damn it.
like
That's what this whole
do we have to verbally copyright that since it's been said out loud?
Yep.
Verbally.
Just give me
yeah.
a royalty of like, buy me like 1 shot.
Just buy him a
When we go
Popeye's
out.
chicken sandwich. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's $4. There you
All
go.
right.
Yeah.
That's a verbal
That's fair.
contract.
We'll give you like.
You guys
call
want
the
to sign in
lawyers right
blood or
Nah, we'll
something?
give you,
Because I'm down.
If it ever, yeah. Well, I mean, depending on how big the event ends up being, we'll give you like I don't know a Popeye's chicken sandwich a week or something if you win.
A week? Oh, dude, done.
$4 a week.
This
We
might have
could
been the best
do-
idea I've
Dude,
ever
he
had.
applied back to Chuck E. Cheese after he got fired and said, just pay me in pizza. Like on the application.
Great pizza.
You mean Pasquale's?
Pasquale's,
pizza?
yeah.
Fuck, yeah, shit.
Oh fuck, Pasquale's.
That's my bad, guys.
Well, we could. We could make that happen pretty easily.
just there.
Especially, I mean, if you're
We'll
gonna
just get some chain
train,
link fence. Yeah, I don't want to
then
fight Bill Black at
but-
the
but
very first
I'm
one.
saying like if you guys are gonna train. So Bill Black, unfortunately, you guys never met him. He's my best friend. He lives down in Arkansas, so he was never able to like come up and see us in Fredonia or anything. But I don't know if you know this. He's training he's bare knuckle boxing now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
Before I
shit.
said
So
that.
he's legit. You should see the guy
No, I mean
that he
I
is like
said
training
it.
with.
The
It's
reason I
like-
said it was because I
talk
knew
about fucking
that
farm strong.
that was like how I could really have to challenge myself. But
he
if,
sent. I don't think you do want to fight him.
yeah, I do.
You got to do it.
I mean, he sends me like he has
I
sent
don't
me
want to
videos
bare
of him
knuckle
work,
box him.
but you want to what?
They're going to wrestle. Like WWE.
No, I mean
No.
whatever
Boom
it is.
to a
No,
table.
but if it's like See, Bill's a big dude too. He would have to cut a
and
little
he's
bit of
gotten-
weight for me though,
he's
and I'd
only-
have to put on. Yeah,
Yeah, you'd have
We'd
to
have
put
to
on a
make
lot.
the weight
That's the
class
problem.
like 200 pounds. Well, how much do you think he weighs? A buck 230,
I don't know, because he's definitely like he's just very.
220. I didn't mean to call you out on the weight there, but I'm just saying how much you weigh.
I don't know, because
Also-
he's strong.
I don't
he's
even-
very cut now.
Dislike Bill. I like Bill. But
Yeah,
he always
he's the best.
I think he always had a thing. See, in this fight though, Bill is Jose and I'm Billy Football.
Oh, but you know what?
100%.
I can understand that comparison. However, again, because of like Jose Canseco, steroids.
Yeah, his
Like,
dick
he's
is
a-
about fucking. It's like this.
Oh yeah, his nuts are just.
Yeah, he's a man made of
His
steroids.
nuts are about inside of
They're
him.
very
still-
small.
he still
He's
take-
got
he's
he's got
still-
pistachios.
he
We're all
still
rocking
takes-
walnuts. He's got
Well, he
pistachios.
still takes
Ben's
testosterone.
Ben's
He
fucking
still- he
right.
still takes testosterone boosters to this day.
Ben's rocking about the size of
Like,
that fucking
medically-
microphone.
Yeah, I got some big nuts.
Yeah. Okay.
He needs reduction.
I
right?
remember. I remember the first time I ever saw Ben's balls. It was in my fucking kitchen.
I remember the last time I saw Ben's balls. It was about
I didn't have a
half
whisk.
an hour ago.
I didn't have a whisk, and we were trying to make some scrambled eggs. So Ben just threw his nuts in the bowl and just started swiveling his hips a little bit. And before you know it, some of the best tasting eggs I've ever had.
I can cook a mean egg.
Yeah, it's actually a little extra seasoning, as he refers to it.
Well, we can definitely work something like that out. We'll talk about the details, I guess, after this. But that's not a bad idea, especially like post-COVID. Everybody's gonna have a ton of energy, ton of adrenaline.
Let's
like
just beat the shit
Lots
out
of
him.
let's just beat the
testosterone
shit out
in
of
them.
each other.
You know,
Yeah,
the only
yeah,
thing
yeah.
to beat in the shower right now is their dick.
Exactly, and you might. That's not. You know, you might not be able to do that for
You-
too much
you go
longer. You know what I
cross-eyed.
mean?
You
You
You'll
go
cross-eyed.
cross-eyed,
That should be a T-shirt.
just in case anybody.
The only thing they're beating the shit out of is their dick.
Dude, it's like that
That's
episode
gonna
of
be
Family
my,
Guy.
That's gonna be my team's fight slogan when I fight Bill.
Oh, you're
The only
winning by
thing he's
knockout.
the only thing he's beating the shit out of is his dick.
That it's like that episode of Family Guy when Quagmire figures out like what internet porn is. His right arm is just jacked.
Yeah.
His other arm's just a noodle.
This
Can I also
this is a
circle
good
back?
idea.
It was Billy Football by a clean knockout. I don't even think Jose took a dive.
Dude, you are
No,
just
he
full of takes
definitely
on.
did.
It was a clean knockout.
Except he was awake.
He was, but he got knocked down.
I don't
couldn't
know.
get back
I
up.
mean, just like I didn't see that. I didn't even know that fight was going on yesterday.
I-
but hold on. Based on like what I saw about it and stuff, like I definitely think that Jose Canseco was like all talk. He was just doing it for the PR, which is
Oh, yeah,
cool. Like that
definitely.
makes sense. Like I think that's why a lot of people interact with Barstool, because you know,
Except for the NWHL.
well, fuck those guys
I don't
or
know
fuck
what
those
it is.
women. Sorry.
Yeah, Jesus
Uh,
Christmas, Andrew.
Women's Hockey League, they're pissed off at Barstool.
Did you say you don't
so-
even know what that is?
Yeah,
This is
no.
my exact fucking point, folks. I know
Yeah.
we talked about it in the last show, so we won't get into it today. But he just said he doesn't even know what it is.
Yeah, I thought you were speaking Cajun there.
Yeah. This is my exact fucking point. So, I want to jump right in then. Speaking about, that was 2 weeks ago that we had, this same conversation, but load management. So Ben walked in today and said, the first thing he really said to me was like, I want to debate load management.
Oh, it wasn't any pleasantries. It wasn't any high. I'm ready to
Yeah.
debate it.
So, I just want to hear your take on it. Like-
Well, I don't know. I think they just need days off. That's why you get sick days at work. You could take a few off.
But in a shortened season,
No,
it's kind of ridiculous.
I agree that people need days off, but that's what optional practice is for. Like, you can take a day off. Like on a day where say you play 2 and 3, so you have a game Friday and Sunday, so you have Saturday off. If you're gassed, if you're still like nursing something back to health, don't practice on Saturday morning.
Yeah, but just set the game out. You don't know the fans anything.
Who
Yes,
cares?
you do. You
Yeah.
do owe the
They
fans
paid
something.
it. They pay you.
You're
your
getting
salary.
paid millions of dollars. You 100% as a professional athlete, you 100% owe the fans something. It doesn't have to be like an entertainment factor, but like that would be that's like if they don't owe the fans anything, then like
It's not like-
No.
teams should be tanking.
It's like you're going to
every
see
year,
the
right?
Globetrotters and they're fucking sitting all their starters. You're
Yeah.
watching the fucking
No, but what
water
I'm
boys
saying
come
is-
in and try and throw windmill dunks.
Yeah, but nowadays, if you're judging everything based off championships, then you want to be fully healthy for the playoffs and fully rested. So if it's in the regular season, then it technically doesn't matter to them.
Yeah, but that's not it. But that's my problem. That's not a championship mentality. I don't think with the exception of basketball, which is just, again, it's a joke of a league.
Whoa.
It's deep this year. The Sacramento Kings will go to the
The
Western
Utah
Conference
Jazz are
Finals.
#1.
Yeah, they won 15
And they're full of Mormons.
I refuse to sit down and watch the NBA. I watch I watch the shit out of college. I watch anybody in college basketball play.
March Madness is like the best tournament.
Oh yeah,
Best of all
100%.
time.
Dude,
That's good basketball.
Sunday, Super Bowl, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Fuck, dude!" I'm
we
already
didn't.
I'm already looking at all my prop bets, and I'm like, "Fuck, what?" I know there's no sport. There was a 10 o'clock game, Stanford versus Cal. Cal was plus 10.5. Like shit like that. Like, oh, you just lost a shit ton of money on a Super Bowl.
You
You owe the bookie on Monday morning. You got to get some action in on that late night West Coast college basketball game.
Always.
I watched my friend Jake.
They
I went
lost.
to
Always bet on them.
St. Bonaventure last Saturday. See my girlfriend. And this kid, Jake, he was watching Wright State versus just some no-name fucking school. He goes,
Yeah.
I need Wright State to be up at half.
Yeah.
That team had 5 white guys on the court at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
And they were up. He hit. He hit.
We should do, I guess, a little bit of Super Bowl talk though.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
fuck
Really didn't
Patrick
get into
Mahomes.
it.
I'm going to put that on record.
Oh,
Wow.
fuck Jackson
Fuck him.
Mahomes.
Talk shit about Josh Allen. He
careful
could go
what you wish
fist his
for.
ugly ass.
What did he say? Are you
Okay,
kidding
so
me?
there was like this
And
there's like this Fox tweet out like before the Bills played the Chiefs,
Mhm.
and they put Josh Allen as a better quarterback over Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
And after the game, Patrick Mahomes quoted that tweet and put the yawning emoji.
Ooh.
So
I didn't
it's
see that.
fuck Patrick Mahomes, a Kermit sounding bitch. And he also called out his teammates after the game, saying that the wide receivers ran wrong routes and his offensive line gave up sacks.
That
See,
is
here's
messed
the
up.
thing though, is that
He's right.
I was gonna say that loss was not Pat Mahomes' fault at all.
No, he
the
played
rest
his
of his
dick
team
off.
played horrible.
Yeah,
he was
100%.
running around like a chicken with his fucking head cut off, just trying to.
But
stay
you don't
alive.
do that. Like,
No, I
Exactly.
agree.
Team
Exactly.
captains.
Especially
Yep.
not
Yep.
as especially not as like this prestigious quarterback. However, Russell Wilson, maybe he started trying because Russell Wilson just said the same thing. Literally, I don't know if it was today or yesterday. I just heard it on the radio on the way here.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson came out and said that he doesn't know if a trade is on the table or what, but the Seahawks need to revamp their offensive line. He's sick of taking so many
But like
hits.
Tom Brady or like Rodgers or like even Josh Allen, they wouldn't say that shit. They wouldn't.
That's
They would
the
take
thing.
responsibility.
I hope that's not a trend.
Aaron
Well,
Rodgers, I love Aaron Rodgers. He's an unbelievable quarterback, but he's actually quite the prima donna.
He
It
is.
just
Yeah.
gets over.
but I don't know if he would ever actually
say.
say that publicly.
His
though. That's the
and like
difference.
Matt
Yeah,
Stafford,
Aaron
even
Rodgers.
like he's just been getting the shit
Yeah,
beat
Matt
out of him
Stafford,
for years.
Matt Stafford
He's played through
likes,
broken backs.
Yeah, Matt
But, like,
Stafford
he
likes
isn't-
that.
Yeah, like he never says like, "Oh, his organization's shitty." Like my wide receivers are shit. My line's shit.
I don't know. That just feels like a very old school kind of player's
Yeah.
mentality. Like that's just
See,
not
I
something
feel
he
the
did
opposite.
back
I
in the
feel like
day.
it's- I think
I don't
it's
know.
new school.
Like, when
I
I
don't like
see-
that players used to say that shit about each other. I think that that's
No, I'm saying that like them holding off on that is
Oh,
an
is
old school
old school,
mentality.
yeah.
That's what I mean.
But Rodgers can be a prima donna because they never drafted an offensive player in the first round. Never. His entire career.
I mean, he still
The only one they've drafted is a fucking quarterback.
he still has. Yeah.
And then they drafted a backup running back in the second round.
Yeah, like he's just been getting fucked by his organization. And Mike McCarthy sucks.
Yeah.
But there's something
No
just
Cowboys
like
slander.
But there's something a little off about him. Like he's kind of like the way he carries himself about his team. He's always been like kind of weird about it.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't.
But he
that's-
does deserve better.
That's another meme that's going on right now, though, is like how to keep Tom Brady from winning another Super Bowl, and it's just a picture of Tom Brady in a Dallas Cowboys jersey.
Or just bring Eli Manning back.
Yeah, Eli Manning. Yeah, Eli Manning. There, he was quoted saying that, like, "Well, I've only won two Super Bowls, and I beat Brady in both of them. So, like,
That's so
yeah, make me
crazy.
the greatest of
That's
all
one of
time,
those thoughts
maybe.
that just keeps me up at night.
Yeah,
I
He
can't
plays
believe
his
fucking Eli
absolute
Manning
balls
did it.
off when he knows that Brady's got a good team. Like they were undefeated, and he was like, "You know what? Fuck him," and he just beat him.
That's true.
Wow.
Eli Manning, he knows when to turn it. Or he did.
He
knew
was a
when to turn
playoff quarterback.
Him and Flacco.
He
Yeah,
didn't
but
make the
that's-
playoffs very often.
Yeah,
but when he did,
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't
he put
matter
on
if
a
you don't
show.
make it. Yeah.
He looked very elite, like Peyton.
Oh boy.
wow.
But
Yeah,
you guys think the Sabres will ever play again?
wow. I got a lot of takes on this. If you want me to get involved,
And Ben's dad will be playing.
yeah,
Will
sure.
be.
So, well, I don't know. The Sabres just reassigned Dustin Takarsky to their taxi squad. So Dustin Takarsky, do you guys know who he is?
Dude, if I saw him on the street, I wouldn't know who the fuck he is.
Well, he's a goalie, and the only reason that I think really most hockey fans know who he is, I mean, he played some games in Montreal, but he was a goalie for one of the Canadian World Junior teams back when he was younger, and I believe it was Pierre Maguire has one of the best just radio announcer calls of all time yelling about Dustin Takarsky. So if he's on the tax squad right now, so he's technically the Sabres' third goalie or so. If he ever gets a game played for the Sabres, I'm 100% buying a Dustin Takarsky jersey. Will the Sabres ever play again? I don't know. I think it's 100% the NHL's fault that they're not playing.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that they kind of let that slip through the cracks, knowing that the Devils had moved players that played in the game on Saturday, moved them into COVID protocol so they couldn't play on Sunday, and still let the Sabres play them again.
Oh, it's the worst run, sports organization, I think. I mean, that guy has no idea. Batman, he has no idea what he's doing.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm a big fan. I'm not a big fan, but statistics actually say the opposite. They say that he's done nothing but good for the league. But at the same time, I mean, the league had a lot of room to grow, right? Even though it's considered one of the top 4 professional sports, it's by far the least revenue-wise. It's the only gate-driven professional sport that still exists, in the big 4 sports in North America. But I don't know. I mean, they're growing. You know, they're added 2 teams in the last 4 years or whatever, and Seattle have a team now, so you're still growing that West Coast fan base, and you see a lot of that stuff happening. I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
Ben, you got anything to add?
I don't really watch a ton of hockey, but I think it's cool that they could fight each other.
And then your dad plays.
And my dad.
Is your dad COVID free?
I cannot confirm or deny that.
He hasn't seen him in years.
Yeah. Since he went to go get that milk so he can mix his vodka in,
He probably saw me doing it, got scared off.
I don't want to fuck with this kid.
This guy's going to beat my ass in 3 years.
That'll happen.
Bring him in. Bring him into Two in the Cage.
Yeah, Ben's got to get his phone number first.
Yeah.
Just wait outside.
We should find somebody that wants to fight their dad, and we should put that in.
Ben could fight your dad
event.
if he answers one of your letters.
I could, yeah. I might even slip into the main event slot if I do it.
Yeah, that would definitely go main event.
You think so?
I mean, we're making the decisions, and I would decide absolutely.
All right. I want to be on every single fight card. I will not load management.
You'll fight 3 times.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Here's Ben Hutton again, who broke his nose earlier tonight. He's coming in for his 5th fight.
Yeah.
He's 0-4. Yeah.
Can't see out of his left eye.
He's got no left leg. They amputated it in between fights because he lost all blood.
Had to cut it off.
Yeah.
But what a hero.
He thinks he's back home. Little do those testosterone pills know.
Yeah, that's the thing. You put him on there, and he's good to go for
one of my favorite things that happened at Fredonia is when Ben played in an intramural basketball game, and he was getting covered by a guy on the team. And Ben scored about 40 points on this guy. And the guy goes, "Yo, do you go here? Why aren't you on the team?" And Ben goes, "Nah, man, I don't go to school." Looks him dead in the eyes.
We won that. You won that dodgeball game with us, too, that one time.
I went dummy.
Oh, he carried that game.
Oh, yeah.
It was a 4-on-1.
That was great. That was crazy.
Do you guys think I could beat Andrew in a game of basketball? 1v1?
I played with Andrew.
What are we going up to? Andrew's fierce on defense.
We're playing.
That's true. I'm a defensive player.
He's all great.
15 or 11? What do you want to play to?
I'll play at 15.
This is going to go a couple hours,
ones and twos.
but I got Andrew by the skin of his balls.
Thank you.
He's got a mid-range jumper.
You guys have never even seen me.
Yeah.
I just know how
participate in a
gritty he
sport.
is.
Is there garbage in a room? Crumple up a piece
We
of paper
have a
and shoot
basketball hoop in the room next door.
Go get it.
All right,
Fuck,
shoot
bring
one-
all the
It's just a mini
cameras.
hoop.
Let's
It's just
go.
a mini hoop, but
Yeah,
It's
shoot
just a
one
mini hoop, but
shot.
we can make it happen.
I got to see the form.
no, I would beat Andrew at basketball. We've had this conversation before.
That's not what everybody else in the
They've
room
never
is
even
saying.
seen me play basketball. They've
They
never even
don't-
seen me play a sport.
They don't need to.
Except for the fact that I'm
You know why? Because
Good at 'em.
much like the Mighty Ducks,
the new.
it's
the
all
new
about
Mighty
heart.
Ducks movie?
The new Mighty Ducks. It's all about heart.
It wasn't all about heart for the Mighty Ducks, so.
It was about heart and getting a ringer like Banksy,
Yeah.
and that's how you win games.
Great coaching, Gordon Bombay.
He's got grit though.
Yeah, you need grit.
You need grit.
Mm-hmm.
It's all you can be all finesse, but you need a little heart.
Yeah, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and that's why I'm taking Andrew.
I'll take it.
He's
Thank
the
you very
greatest
much.
defender I've ever seen.
That means
He's gonna make you guys
I
I
Yeah.
would put him in a blender.
No.
I'd put him on skis.
Not even close, Matthew.
110%.
Oh,
You
this
know-
game's gonna go on for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's why I'm taking Andrew.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it's a stamina game at that point.
It doesn't matter what your stamina is. He's just gonna go out there and play defense. You're gonna be exhausted, and he's just gonna be like putting his legs up, Larry Bird style,
Yeah, but he's not.
crouched down, ready to play.
But
fucking
he's not gonna.
defense.
But even if that's the case,
I'm the brick,
I have more
I'm the brick
faith
of
that
basketball.
I have more faith that I could score on Andrew than Andrew could score on me.
It
So
does-
even if it took 2 hours,
Andrew's
I
not
would
going
still
in there
win.
to score.
Nah, but-
He's going in to play defense first.
Yeah, but once
That's
he
the
slaps
scary
the
part.
floor a
Defense
couple
wins
times-
championships. Everybody
I think
knows
it's gonna be
it.
all
One,
mental.
one bow, and Andrew's not coming anywhere near the paint for the rest of the night.
Oh,
That's completely false. Nothing keeps me out of the paint.
That's gonna get him hard. That's gonna pull a rise in his Levi's there.
Like it's gonna be like this is a bad comparison because Adam Sandler ends up winning, but it's gonna be like that game of basketball in The Longest Yard when I would be the black guy and you'd be Adam Sandler, and I'm like pushing you. Or was it Terry Crews? Is that who
It was Terry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Terry.
I'm
Crews.
gonna be
Oh.
Terry Crews, and you're gonna be Adam Sandler. I'm gonna be like pushing your teeth into the pole, and you're gonna be bleeding all over the place, and then you're gonna lose.
No.
I'll still win.
Yeah, he's gonna do that Adam Sandler spin baseline dunk,
No.
and you're gonna call it back. But this time Andrew's
Foul.
gonna hit a 3, top of the key.
Oh my God, I'm calling fouls on everything that he does.
Oh, that scene pissed me off.
You're only gonna make the game longer.
Yep.
You're,
that's
and
where
that
I'm gonna
plays
shine.
right into Andrew's
Honestly,
backyard.
Do you, should we just go to LA Fitness and get this out of the way?
Yeah,
like,
probably.
tomorrow?
We probably should.
Ben will
Actually,
carry
I
the
can't
camera because I
tomorrow,
get a
but-
little shaky sometimes watching basketball because I just get like bricked up.
I actually know somebody. I know someone with an indoor basketball court.
Wait,
Do you
really?
think they'd let us just?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
How
know.
fucking
that you
rich
do,
is
so.
this person?
Pretty rich.
Holy shit!
Yeah, you wanna go hoop?
Yeah, fuck.
I've never been to his house, but I knew him pretty well.
Okay,
back
guys.
back in the day.
Before we get anywhere else,
Okay.
what's one cartoon character when you were little that got you feeling ways you didn't know you could feel?
Honestly,
Oh, this is an easy one.
Like when you
yeah,
were,
this is an easy one. This is very easy. Is this easy for you?
No, I don't have an answer.
See, that's
First
that's very
boner from
interesting.
a cartoon character.
no,
Who
not,
was
not,
it?
I didn't say boner.
No,
I didn't say boner.
you didn't have to.
Yeah, you
didn't
implied
have
it.
to.
yeah, you didn't imply boner.
didn't-
There was implied boner.
Well, you're like,
I
I
didn't
didn't
really-
fuck, I think I'm straight. I'm
Nah.
gay.
I
I don't know what I'm
didn't,
feeling.
I didn't really watch like cartoons like you
And-
did.
Any girl
Well, I mean,
from
that's
like
true,
Disney or anything that you're like,
Well, that's a
I-
whole different.
Oh, I mean, if you're
Either
talking
one,
Disney
either one.
Channel,
Let's
one cartoon
stick
and
to
one
one.
normal.
Stick to one though,
Yeah, I'm
because I
going
think those are
cartoon.
very different.
all right, let's go cartoon. here.
Okay, we can go cartoon. That's fine.
I'll moderate this conversation because it's.
You
going
can't think of
nowhere
a
from
single
here.
one.
Dude, not even
This
Chico
show-
from
I-
Kid Possible.
The naked mole rat?
The first when you said when I heard young and make me feel some type of way, my brain instantly went to Max Fenneganov. Not like in a
That
horny.
counts. That counts.
Not like in like a horny.
That
feel
goal
some type of
against
way,
the
though.
Lightning, you know?
Yeah, like I just
Got
like,
you a little chump.
I was like, what is one thing when I watched when I was younger that would get me really excited? And it was fucking Max Fenneganov getting his knees to his chest, wheeling down the ice.
so I got
Like
you a little horny.
2004.
Hey,
No, I wasn't horny.
Do
I
you
was
play
just-
hockey like bricked up?
Yeah, yeah. I have to wear a double cup.
I kind of feel like a finna get off right
Yeah.
now, you know? if I lay down on the ice, I'm gonna be standing kind of,
Well,
you know,
not-
like levitating.
Yeah, just floating. Well, now I want to hear your guys'.
Well, we got to go to Andrew first.
We're going
Who's
Andrew
first?
Mine is I think I'm gonna go with Raven from the Teen Titans cartoon.
I thought you were gonna say from
Ooh,
That's
that's a
So
good-
Raven. I was like, well, that's not a cartoon.
No, 'cause
That's
we're
not
going-
the direction I thought you would go in, but
What about you, Ben?
Oh, I'm going Starfire from Teen Titans.
Yes, Ben. I.
I think
Dude.
Shigo from Kim Possible.
Oh.
That's an excellent.
green
That's an
bitch?
excellent call.
Oh yeah. I was
Kim
like,
Possible herself is kind of bad.
she
Yeah,
is
without a
kind of
doubt,
bad,
yeah.
But I know Ron was hitting that shit. So she goes.
Out of respect for Ron.
Yeah, naked mole rat. Did you ever see one of those?
Yeah.
They're the ugliest fucking things.
They're
ever.
disgusting.
No, but I have
Saw
a
one
friend
in
who
Animal Kingdom.
I have a friend who swears like on his life like the only animal I want when I finally like move into like
Dude,
my
that's
first house
unreal.
and stuff
Teen Titans?
Yep.
is
Crazy.
Raven was bad though too.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
a hairless cat. One of my friends like wants a hairless cat so bad, and I'll be like, "That's disgusting." I'll be like, "Look at how cute this fucking thing is." I'm like, "It looks like a ball sack," and they're like, "That's why it's cute." And I'm like,
Oh, the
Hair-
Siamese cats are beautiful.
"Hairless fucking no."
I'm not a cat guy either.
Miller.
Dude, your cat is the most annoying cat on the planet.
My cat has some issues. All right, he likes to be heard. He walks around the house. Doesn't matter the hour. He's just screaming, like he just screams meow
I could see how that would be annoying.
all
Yeah.
day, every day. And like the one time I was going to the bathroom, and my door was closed, and he's just screaming at my door for me. I'm like, dude, you could just look to your right. And he's horny. He is not fixed. He wants to go outside, find a stray, and make a family.
Or he's
But-
looking at you.
I don't know what
You're
he's
looking
looking
right
at.
back at him.
He's
Yeah.
just got some problems.
He puts tape over his bum when he sleeps. Yeah.
My little
hope
brother
so.
had 6 cats at one point because he won in a divorce, and he gave away 5 of them.
So you took one?
Yeah, and he kept Miller, and that's the second worst one, he said. I'm like, dude, out of the pick. You had to pick this fat little idiot.
Maybe you really loved him.
But Shigo, I'm good. I like Raven. I think Raven's the hotter of the Teen Titans.
I don't know. I like them both.
It's a tough one. But ultimately, I did choose. I obviously chose Raven, just because, like, I don't know. She's got that little like.
She's kind of goth.
Yeah, she got that emo energy.
She's got
Yeah.
that emo energy, a little mysterious, I guess. Starfire, like, you know, she's banging for sure, but like.
Ben, if Starfire
it's
sees
too
your nuts,
annoying.
she's flying back to her home planet.
I'm flying right back.
She's like,
with
what
her.
the fuck was that?
Yeah, we could be Mormon and like wife swap.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right, I'm down
That's
with
a.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like
You
I
can't
feel like
drink
the
coffee
Teen
if you're
Titans-
Mormon, though.
That's a rule.
They
That's
can
a
be
real thing. You
loosely.
can't
They'll
drink
be
any
loosely Mormon.
Wait,
can't
no
drink-
caffeine?
You can't drink any caffeine if you're Mormon.
Mormon for
fact.
the sole purpose of being out of the wife swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can put up with it for like a week. Can you drink beer?
I don't know.
No,
probably
you
not.
can't. You can't drink
No,
alcohol either.
the
Dude, they all
reason-
live in Utah.
Yeah, so in Utah, it's difficult. Not only is it difficult to find beer, but the beer that's there is all like 2.5% to 3%. Like that's their beer.
Oh, the hard shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
It's like
you have to
Michelob
drink like
Ultra everywhere
60
you go.
beers to get a buzz.
How much Remy would that be?
That's like, I don't know. I'm not a math guy. I tried to do it in my head and just kind of blacked out.
You'd have to be at that strip club for like 12 hours to get
Yeah.
kicked out.
Yeah, more like you're gonna put Starfire on black.
But yeah, no, they just gassed their 3% beers. I guess they just drink.
Yeah, but
like,
there's plenty of religions we can find.
Yeah, there's all kinds of great ones.
Scientology.
I'll be
I was just saying,
Scientology.
did you guys know that Will Smith is a Scientologist?
Well-
or you know what? He donates a lot of money to Scientology.
So he's a
That's probably why
But
Jada
he's
cheats
never-
on him.
Yeah.
Isn't that's? I was trying to think of
But he's also Deadshot, and I know I said this last episode
Right.
too. But I just watched that
And
movie. And he's
Suicide
so
Squad.
fucking cool.
Yeah, but he was also
That
in
movie
Gemini
was
Man.
fucking terrible.
So does Gemini Man even that
Gemini
out?
Man, I saw the trailer for it when I was at the theaters, and I was like, dude, this is gonna be the
Will
worst.
Smith fighting Will Smith.
What
I was like, this is
terrible
gonna be the
idea.
worst movie like to ever come out. And I still
I
haven't seen
didn't.
it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
what a
either.
terrible
Did you
idea
see it?
for a movie. No, I didn't fucking see that.
Let's all go watch it. Fuck it. We
What do you? Yeah, I
keep
got
the
time
cameras
right now.
on. We got TV. Let's just
Yeah,
commentate on
skip
it.
practice. We're watching Gemini Man.
All right, I mean,
Good luck cutting this, guys. This is gonna be a lot of content.
No problem. Well, you know what? On that note, I mean, let's get the fuck
Yeah,
out
I
of here.
think
Let's
it's
go
about
watch
that
Gemini
time.
Man. We've been going for like an hour 40. You got to get to practice. Jesus Christ. So we'll get
Jesus
out of here.
Christ, who?
Jesus Christ.
Wait, who?
our Lord and Savior.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
don't,
never
not
heard of
yours,
her.
yeah.
I never heard of
I
her.
don't believe in him.
Would he fight Ben Hutton on dick pills?
Would,
Oh, didn't you? That was a question the
yeah, but
other
would
day.
Jesus fight?
No,
First
he
of
would
all.
get
Yeah.
scared. He would see
No,
Ben.
Jesus would.
I'll tell you what. I
He'd
think
see Ben on dick pills.
Jesus would kick somebody's ass.
Nah, he spent 40 days in a desert just to be hung up on a cross.
'Cause he doesn't give a fuck.
He'd
He's a
see
savage.
Ben on dick pills and be like, "My dad's not real." He'd be like, "There's no way he created
Mary
this."
fucking lied to me. Yeah.
Wasn't Wasn't he actually having sex with that one girl?
Yeah, that's
Mary
what I'm
Magdalene?
saying. Mary Magdalene.
Yeah,
She was a prostitute.
The Holy Grail.
He fucked Mary Magdalene? I have no idea.
Dude,
Oh,
they
yeah.
did. I mean, they say he didn't.
Was
but,
it
like,
just anal?
Are you talking about Jesus?
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. Mary Magdalene.
She's a prostitute.
Mary
you know?
Yeah,
Magdalene.
she was a
Almost-
prostitute.
Mary Magdalene is the Holy Grail. Haven't you ever watched the Da Vinci Code?
Would he come in there or something? No, I haven't seen it.
No,
Nah,
you know, so people hunt for the Holy Grail as if it's a real Grail.
But it was her vagina?
No, like she as a person, because she was such a well-kept secret. Like she is, so in that picture,
The
of
Last
them-
Supper?
Yeah, in the picture, she's in the picture. You just don't notice because you just don't.
Because she's under the table.
No, she's directly like if you're looking at the picture and Jesus is here, she's directly to his left.
Yeah. You could, if you guys pull up the picture during this and just put Jesus' slam pig,
No,
that'd make it way
so
easier.
look at just watch the fucking Da Vinci Code. It'll explain the whole
Also,
thing.
people had so many cool Eskimo bros from hooking up with her. Like,
Dude,
I'm Eskimo
yeah.
bros with Jesus.
Yeah,
You
like,
might
oh,
know.
I paid a fucking shoe to fuck this chick in her ass. Like, I gave
I gave
her
up
my
my family's goat. Yeah,
I gave her my chicken for a blowjob. Like,
Wow, that's pricey for a blowjob.
Well, yeah,
back
Jesus
then, a
just-
whole
well,
chicken?
if she's fucking Jesus, you know?
Well, Jesus just turned all
like
of
an
her
escort.
water into wine. That was Jesus' payment to her.
It was like Tonight's Girlfriend, if you guys ever seen those videos.
I don't know what you're
Pornhub.
talking about.
No.
It's like escorts, you know?
Oh
I mean,
no!
I'll
All
check-
right, let's get
All right,
out of
my
here.
bad.
Yeah, I'll
My
check it
bad.
out.
I'll talk about Pornhub on the way back. I'll fill you in.
That's going to be exclusive. See, that's
Yeah.
Patreon
Yeah, that's
content.
Patreon
That's
content.
Patreon caliber content.
Yeah.
It's going to be very X-rated. This does not belong on the podcast. What I'm about to tell Ben, the car ride.
Well,
man.
thank you guys for coming on here and using our new mugs.
Thanks
Of
for
course.
having us. Two in
Yep.
the cooler.
Check
the
out our
cooler.
merch. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Vote
Where-
for Charlie. All that stuff. Whatever I usually say at the end of these.
And
But
we're-
seriously, thank you guys for coming on. I know Andrew has wanted you guys on for a while.
My God,
and I'm glad
please
we could
come
do
back
it.
on
I
literally
hope we
anytime.
didn't disappoint.
No, never.
Hope we held up to the standards.
100%. I was so excited all week about this, and I was just like, God, I just feel like laughing. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to laugh, and like, you guys are the funniest people, you know, in the continental U.S.
Yeah, now we're gonna storm Capitol Hill. We took a
420,
stand
420, sign the petition.
That's right.
We
Just
took a
to piss
stand
ourselves.
against
Yeah, we're
our-
gonna piss our pants. We're gonna hold signs up saying
It's for the
we love
troops, though.
pissing.
Don't
It is for
forget,
the
though.
troops.
That's
and,
yeah.
and the children.
And the
children.
kids. That's right. Piss yourself for the kids and
Don't
the
bring
troops.
your children, though.
No.
We
Bring
want to
your
get them
kids.
as young as possible to piss their pants. If they're in diapers, take the diapers off, piss.
I was going to say, there has to be an age range where you're actually too young to come because you're just going to piss yourself anyway.
We prefer for women
Over
to
the
give
age of,
birth
like,
and bring their children
6.
to piss.
I was gonna go over the age of 6 months. So we're right on the 6.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right, sounds like a plan. We'll see you guys there.
We'll see you guys
Andy,
on 420.
All right,
Love ya.
let's get out of here.
Keep calm.
Love you
vape
too.
on.
Thanks everybody
Keep
for
calm,
listening.
people. Make America vape again.